We are live. Day after Beterbiev versus Smith, and there were no surprises. For the longest time, I maintained that while Callum Smith might pack a big enough punch to hurt Artur, he's not going to land it. He's not going to get it off because he's going to be overwhelmed. And I already broke down the fight. That's what we saw Smokey would it do. But I saw that Callum. I guess there's a question now of what should he do? Where should he go? And I personally think that, two losses, one to Canelo, another to Artur, there's nothing to be ashamed in that. Really isn't. Those are two of the best guys at those weights, 168, 175. There's nothing to be ashamed of in that. And I personally don't think that after two losses he should pack it up. If he wants to, he wants to, but I don't think he should because the domestic UK scene, if you think about what the landscape might look like beyond Bivol and Beterbiev, whoever wins, right? Whoever wins, who knows? Um it's going to be primarily a UK division when you think about who's coming through and who's there now. When you think about it, you still have Anthony Yard. He didn't pack it in. Anthony Yard, Lyndon Arthur, Ben Whitaker, the winner of Buatsi versus Aziz. It's primarily a UK division, or it will be. And I wouldn't even be surprised if Zach Parker in the next calendar year, if he decides, yeah, I'm gonna go up there too. I'm done at 168. The belts are all tied up anyway. I'm not gonna be able to get one here. Maybe I go up to 175. Shout out to my man Boxing Gems, best breakdowns, some of the best breakdowns in the whole of the YouTube boxing community. But yeah, I just, I don't think that you should throw the whole fighter away after just two losses. That Callum Smith that I saw yesterday, I don't think he's a walk in the park for those other guys personally. I think that there's still a lot of fights out there for him. There's still money to make. There's nothing to be ashamed of. You lost to Artur. Everybody that's fought Artur lost to Artur. There's no shame in that. So what's goody, Mr. Yagami? Yeah, I would like to see him stick around now, obviously, because he was getting hit a lot. He was getting hit a lot for 7 rounds. He's gonna need to take some time off, chill with the family, spend some of the money he made, right? Recuperate, and maybe come back in the fourth quarter of the year. Maybe you come back around November, December, just somewhere in the fall or winter months after you had the chance to recover. But there's still fights out there for him, man. I just don't think he should retire, and I don't think that that has to be the end for him. That seems silly to me. Like, nah, dog, you only lost 2 fights. You're still young. There's still money to make. He's still a great opponent for some of these guys that are out there. He would still be a great opponent, and those are winnable fights too. Some of those fights are winnable fights. People thought some I saw in the buildup of the fight, they thought that Artur's age was going to catch up to him, but I didn't buy into that. And that was a vintage Artur Better Beef performance, I want to say. Vintage in the sense that, well, that's how he always looks. Usually that's how he looks. A few snafus aside, right? Yard was able to give him a decent fight mid-range to inside because he's a little better at that range than Callum Smith. Callum's got those long arms. He needs room to work, and he needs to be able to manage the distance to have that room. With Artur, I figured that that's not going to happen. Whereas with Yard, I knew like, yeah, Yard's going to lose, but he's going to make a fight of it because he's good mid-range to inside. He's got short hooks, body shots, uppercuts. He has some of the right stuff for a guy like Artur. He just lacks the level of amateur and pro experience that Artur has. But when you think about a fight like that, Callum Smith versus Anthony Yard, it's a good fight. Callum Smith versus Lyndon Arthur, now that they're both on the bounce. I could go for that. Callum Smith versus Craig Richards, or the winner of Buatsi versus Aziz. That's another good fight. Ben Whitaker, maybe a year or two from now when he's ready to fight a former champion. He's still building right now. But there are lots of fights out there for Callum. So I don't really think that he should just I don't think he needs to pack it in. If he wants to, then that's something else. But he doesn't need to. I suppose that yesterday's fight now has people wondering how does the Bivol fight play out? Just what the hell is Dmitry Bivol going to do once this guy's in front of him? And it's a legitimate question. Like I said in the video that I uploaded earlier, it's a 50-50 fight for the right reasons. Some fights are 50-50 fights because the two guys are at a similar level. That could be a low level, that could be a high level. Some fights are 50-50 fights because both guys kind of suck, or both guys have flaws that the other can exploit. Whereas this fight is a fight between two unbeaten champions, two guys. They're doing their thing. Nobody's knocked them off yet. Nobody's knocked them off. Nobody's, they're looking how they're looking, and it's a very intriguing fight. And we're going to be talking about that tonight in this live. That's going to be primarily the focus. And yeah, it was a good fight yesterday. I can't complain. That was a very entertaining card from Top Rank. Billy versus Murdoch. That was a fun fight to watch. Even Maloney's fight was a fun fight to watch. The way he was able to turn it around in the second half. It was a good fight. And you know, it's all gravy. It was a good card. I expected it to be a good card. I think Natasha Jonas is going to be fighting Michaela Mayer this upcoming Saturday. I think that's a very important fight for Michaela. I think she needs to win that fight. This feels like it's the second phase of her career after Baumgartner. And if she can win that fight, it's kind of like it's good because that opens up her pool of options. Then Lauren Price becomes an option. Sandy Ryan becomes an option. The winner of McCaskill versus Habazin becomes an option. Jessica's got to win that fight too. It's going to be in Croatia, and she needs to make it dominant because, if you can keep that belt, the belts that she has, she can use them to get another payday, whether it's a rematch with Sandy or a unification with the winner of Jonas versus Mayer. What makes Jonas versus Mayer interesting is Natasha's more acclimated to those weights. She's fought at 54, she's fought at 47, she's shown that she can hang and she can bang. Whereas Michaela, you really you shooting up there for the opportunity, but you ain't done nothing up there yet. So it's very intriguing. The height, the length, the jab, and the speed of Michaela, She can use those things to take away Natasha's power. But let's be clear, Natasha's the noticeably bigger puncher. Always has been. She always had a lot of power, and that's because she has very big legs. Power is drawn from the ground up. I always bring up Mike Tyson. Big part of the reason that he was such a strong puncher, a very strong puncher, is because he had a solid core to draw that power from the ground up. And if you remember vintage Mike, 80s Mike, and even early 90s Mike after the prison stint, he always had very big legs. He wasn't a big heavyweight at all. He was small for the division, but he always had big legs, and power's drawn from the ground up. That's where the power comes from. It's not actually in the arms, it's in the legs and driving the punch with the hips, proper form. And coincidentally, Natasha Jonas, she's got big quads. She's got a lot more power than Michaela. So to take that power away, she's got to keep that jab handy and try to keep Natasha at arm's length, which might be difficult because Natasha's got a lot of reach. She's not that tall, but she has a lot of reach. She's got wingspan. That's a really good fight. That's an intriguing fight. In spite of Boxer jumping into bed with Peacock, that fight is not going to be shown on Peacock. It's going to be shown on ESPN because, Michaela Mayer is a top ranked fighter. So that's interesting. Shout out to my man Edward. Shout out to my man Pacquiao yeah, exactly. You hit the nail on the head. Pacquiao, he had really big calves, man. You could see him. He had like boulders behind his calves, and that's why even though he wasn't a big guy, he was still very strong. Shout out to IBR. Tyson had legs about 20 times thicker than Wilder's. Yeah, Wilder's legs look like I said, when I was a pothead and I used to roll up, his legs just look like some rolled up blunts. So his shits look like some traga. I want Mayer to move back down to 135 since Katie's already dropping those belts. It wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, what you have to consider is if she doesn't win the Jonas fight, that's something that she could do that. Oh, well, there's some belts available at 135. Maybe I go down there. Maybe I get one of them. There's always a Terry Harper fight. I always felt like she has that fight in her back pocket Terry has a belt at 154. I think people would still be interested in seeing her fight Terry, you know? But we'll see. We'll see. Because the thing is, while Natasha has power, she is getting up there in age. She's in her late 30s. Michaela's in her early 30s. So if Michaela can use her speed, use her jab, manage the distance, move around, and take away Natasha's power, maybe she can win a decision. But she has to remember that she's the American fighting on British soil. So you have to make it decisive, you know? You have to make it decisive. If it's close, you know what happens, you know? That's this Saturday coming up, and they'll show that on ESPN Plus. It's already there on the menu under the top rank fights. She has to win that fight. She needs to win that fight. Shout out to Smokies. Wilder's legs is what I'd figure what weed looks like. And yeah, bro, like that dude legs is wild crazy. Yeah, that's another thing, Emma, that I'm not even sure she can make that weight anymore. 135 for her. It looks like the moment she decided to put a bit of weight on, she blew up. And I don't even know that she can go back. I don't know that she can go back 35 for her big ass. What you know, like she looks like she's walking around maybe 160. Walking around 160. That's how she looks her walk around weight. 135 might be asking too much of her at this point. You know what I mean? But we'll see what happens. It's a good fight. It's one of the better fights that's coming up. And of course, everybody's got Fury versus Usyk on the brain. Can't wait for that. Um, Fury is uncharacteristically silent, which I addressed yesterday, that he must be enthralled in camp getting ready for this fight because he's not saying much via social media. And all they're doing is regurgitating things that he said many months ago in the previous year, things that he said about Usyk. He hasn't really like that video where you saw Sugar Hill Stewart in the background and Jelena Marjanovic. That's from months ago. That wasn't recent. The one where he has the colorful suit on and he's like clean shaven. That's from months ago. It's not recent, you know. So I take away from that that hey, he's just focusing on the fight because he has to. Though with that guy, I'm just saying you can't abuse your body like that and think it won't catch up at some point. He is a drug addict. Let's call a spade a spade. That dude be sniffing wild coke. It's gonna catch up sooner or later. You slamming down beers, sniffing wild coke. And that was last year he was doing that. When he went to see Joseph Parker's fight earlier in the year in Australia, he made a pit stop in Thailand and he attended an event there. And they showed him in the black of in the back of the bleachers his nose was bugging out. He's twitching. Like you already know what he back there doing. You know, you know what he back there doing. So you know. What does Fury do better than Usyk apart from being dirty? I don't see anything. That's the same perspective that I have. He doesn't actually do anything better than him. He's just bigger. That's it. He's a bigger man. But nuts and bolts boxing, no, you don't have a better jab, a better timing than this guy. I wouldn't even say you have better defense because you've been knocked on your ass more times than him. So how is that? How do you have better defense if you've been knocked on your ass more than him at every stage of your career? Devin Pajcik, Steve Cunningham, Wilder 4 times, more recently Francis Ngannou. That's 7 knockdowns altogether. 7. Clearly, his defense isn't, he can't walk through water without getting wet. Clearly. Was Maloney robbed, in your opinion? Well, you told about yesterday? No, no, no. I think he turned it around in the second half. He pulled away from that guy. Emma says he's going to fight Usyk like he fought Klitschko. Probably. But if he makes it a boxing match where he has Usyk coming forward, that will allow Usyk to gain momentum as he comes forward. If he makes it a boxing match, that if you make this about the real estate and managing the space, you're going to end up keeping him in the fight if you make it a boxing match. Perhaps his best bet would be trying to run him down and mow him down, but I said many times, it's not Wilder. He's not a flat-footed fighter to where you come forward and he's still there and then you can mow him down. Like, no, this is the opposite of a flat-footed fighter. So, I just don't think Fury does really anything better than this guy. And everything that people think about Fury in the postmodern era is all revolving around Wilder, who just got beat by Joseph Parker. You know, everybody wants to now say that, oh, he got old. Yo, dog, all I know is that's not what y'all was saying before the fight. You didn't decide none of that shit until after the fight. Ahead of the fight, I said, in many ways, Parker's better than 90% of the people on his resume. In many ways, he's better than Stavern. He didn't lose his title right away. He successfully defended it. And he has a couple of signature fights. He has a couple of solid victories. Now, Wilder is one among them. Where y'all all of a sudden deciding, oh yeah, Wilder got old. Wilder got old. The Fury fights. Well, that's not what y'all was saying in the buildup of this one. And that's not what y'all saying when it comes to AJ. Y'all still think he can knock out AJ. So he's too old to beat Parker, but he knocks out AJ? Y'all think with y'all emotions, man. That's why I don't be liking talking to a lot of the boxing fans I see on social media, because y'all just a bunch of emotional people. Like, y'all get all invested and wrapped up in these fighters that rise and fall like the wheat. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of boxing more than I'm a fan of boxers. I'm a fan of boxing. You know what I mean? Exactly, Emma. Revisionists. 1 minute, Wilder is too old to beat Joseph Parker, because that's what I saw people saying after the fight. Oh, he got old. He gave everything he had in the Fury fight. Awesome. Then why do you still think he knocks out AJ? You couldn't knock out Parker. You're going to knock out AJ, who just had a great performance, by the way, that y'all said he wasn't going to have. From the very beginning, I've been saying, yeah, he knocks out Otto Verleen. Don't let that Fury fight fool you. He knocks out Otto Verleen. You could go back to every single video, put it in the search bar of this channel, Joshua versus Verleen. I said I want him to fight Verleen to show, look, Verleen is all right, but don't think because he made Fury struggle, he all that. Fury struggled with guys he not supposed to struggle with all the time. You struggled with McDermott. You robbed him, really. You know? How much bigger was he than Steve Cunningham to be sat on his ass by Steve Cunningham? You know? They've been making excuses for Fury for years. And I was a big proponent of Joshua versus Verleen for that reason, because I knew, don't let Fury and Wilder fool you. Neither of them two dudes is all that. Neither of them. The reason y'all wanted to fight each other is to seek refuge from everybody else. Y'all far too picky. Wilder could never find the time to fight Dillian White. Could never find the time. And I'm like, I don't understand that. That's a big fight in the UK. You could probably beat him. You could probably knock him out. Let go of an uppercut. Dylan is a sucker for an uppercut. And that was just one of the glaring examples to me that Wilder is not what they say he is. Because if he would have did the white fight in the UK when the Brits was asking for it, you would have made money. You would have made money on pay-per-view over there, because they would have bought it. Even if the Americans wouldn't have bought it, they would have bought it because of the backstory that, White's been chasing you for all these years, languishing in the ranks, that not just in a sporting sense, but in a financial sense, Wilder could have made a lot of money from that fight. You wasted time fighting Luis Ortiz in a rematch on pay-per-view that damn near nobody bought. You could have fought White and made more money than that. It just didn't make sense, unless you're not trying to fight everybody. You trying to be very selective about who you share the ring with. That shit just never made sense. Like, Brody, if you could beat White, go to the UK, beat him, you'll be able to bill that as a transatlantic pay-per-view in America and the UK. You'll get money on both fronts. And if you believe in your boxing and your power, it's just another day at the office. Their moves never made sense unless you're negotiating from a position of fear and weakness. I mean, you think about it, that for all the faith that people have in Wilder, there were a lot of opportunities to make money on more than one front. You shortchanged yourself focusing on being here and fighting the people that you fought. You costed yourself, because he could have made money with that Dillian White fight. That shit over there would have probably did 1 million bars or something. It would have did something. If people over there bought Usyk versus Bellew and Usyk versus Chisora, Yeah, they would have bought Wilder versus White. They would have bought that shit. And because you're the champion, you get the lion's share of the pie. Like it didn't make sense. It's like the Ruiz thing, man. In 2020, Andy Ruiz was offered $4 million to fight Dillian White. And for all this shit about White being garbage and White is trash, Brody, Ruiz turned down 4 mil he didn't want. If that was 4 mil up front, you would have still had the money from the upside. People would have paid to see that. Nah, let me turn down 4 mil with Dillian to fight Chris Arreola. Wow. It's nuts, bro. It's nuts. Yeah, Emma Wilder and his team are not very bright. It's the only distinction to make because that was a genuine opportunity to make a big payday on a global stage. It's a global stage because it's a transatlantic fight. You get English money, Irish money, American money, and whoever else wants to buy the rights to it, the foreign rights to it, even if it's not a pay per view in every territory, you can still get a fee for the rights because that's what they did with Joshua versus Klitschko. In America, both Showtime and HBO paid $1 million a piece for the rights to that fight, the US rights. So it's just very, very peculiar, you know. And now Wilder's at the end of his career. In truth, I don't even really want to see him box, but they offered him. They offering him bring him back to Saudi. So what does AJ do to beat Ngannou? Ngannou looked good with defense and kept his shape and looked disciplined and natural than most other boxers. AJ looked good versus Valine and sharp, but how back is he? I would say the jab is going to be what deconstructs him. I said it before, and I'll say it again. AJ is not faster than Usyk, but he does have more hand speed than most other heavyweights, more snap on the jab and more snap on the straight right hand. He's actually a lot more athletic than he's given credit for. So what I see him doing to Ngannou is deconstructing him with the jab up top, the jab to the solar plexus, the jab to the body. And if you jab him to the body, he starts worrying about his body. His hands come down, open him up for a right. It's things like that that I think will see him beat Ngannou, but it's all centered around deconstructing him with the jab. Because if you look at AJ's jab, it's more straight and more tense than Fury's jab. Fury's jab is a flick jab. It's a flick. He's always flicking it, flicking it. It's a flimsy jab, and there's not that much on it. Whereas a stiff jab, a step jab that he's stepping into, there's going to be some weight, there's going to be some power on that jab. So you pile up the damage with the jab up top, downstairs in the body, in the solar plexus in the middle to open him up for other punches. But the centerpiece of the fight is the jab. And that's how I think he beats him because he's faster than Ngannou, lighter on his feet than Ngannou. And I think Ben will tell him, don't get greedy. This guy is not a boxer. He caught Fury with a great counter shot, a good counter left, but make no mistake, he doesn't have the muscle memory of a boxer. Fury went into that fight underestimating the man that was in front of him and underestimating his power. I think it was a right that he tried for. He tried for the right and got countered with Ngannou's left. I don't think Joshua is going to be as overzealous as Fury was, you know, and he's not going to underestimate him because you see what happened to Fury. So you're going to treat it like a legitimate fight, review tape, study him, see what, if any, tells he has, and if nothing else, deconstruct him because you're the Olympian, you're the gold medalist. You're the two-time unified champion, soon to be three-time champion. You can beat this guy. If nothing else, you won't languish like Fury did. But a part of me feels that he can knock Ngannou out. Break him down. How do you break him down? With the most important punch in boxing, the jab. Everything off the jab. Joshua's speed will give Ngannou trouble. Yeah, because when everything is predicated, everything that people are going to say about Ngannou is predicated on how he looked with Fury. But then you have to look at Fury and say, well, did he really take the fight seriously? He looked like a man to me who wasn't managing the distance as good as he should have, and that could be a sign that his legs are slowing down, that his reflexes are slowing down, that you underestimated the opponent and you didn't take the fight seriously. It was more of a fitness camp or a fat camp than a camp for a fight. In tandem with Ngannou having the element of surprise, that he was certainly more coordinated than most other MMA fighters that transition into boxing. You could see that, oh, you've been working on this for a while. And then look at who's in his corner. Dewey Cooper. Dewey Cooper, who trains both boxers and MMA fighters. And it gives you the sense that, oh, so y'all been working on this a while. You know, your man is Carlos Takam. He's from the same country as you, Cameroon. And you know, you probably sparred him a couple of times, picked up a couple of things. So you came into it with the element of surprise that help make you more coordinated and put together than, Tyrone Woodley, than, Ben Askren, than who's that guy that Jake Paul fought? What's that guy's name? The Spanish guy that looks like a hobo. What's that guy's name? I forgot that guy's name. So I do think AJ's gonna do a job on him. At minimum, I think he deconstructs him. At minimum, I no, no, not Nate Diaz, not that dude wasn't even trying. He wasn't even trying to box. He's just in there doing weird shit to get paid. What was the other Spanish dude that Logan Paul fought? The one that was talking about his wife and all that crazy shit. I forgot that dude name, man. I forgot that dude name. He just fought him, Logan Paul. It was the black-haired Spanish dude that looks like a hobo. He got like curly hair and shit with an unkept beard. Dylan Dennis, right? Yeah, that dude is shit, man. That dude is shit. He is shit. Serious shit. That dude is garbage. But yeah, Ngannou just came to the boxing ring a lot more well prepared than most other MMA fighters because you have Dewey Cooper to help you, Carlos Takam to help you, and look, credit to him. Take nothing away from him. Credit to him. When you asleep at the wheel like Fury, that's what's gonna happen to your ass. You didn't fight Derek Chisora late 2022 and Francis Ngannou in late 2023 because you was looking for a challenge. You was looking for easy bags. That's what you was looking for. You spent over a year looking for easy bags. And then you got knocked on your ass and embarrassed. It's not supposed to happen to you. You know that. You don't get special privileges just because you talk a bunch of shit. That's not supposed to happen to you, bro. Not you. For all the shit they say about you and all the idiots who think you're God's gift to boxing, that's not what's supposed to happen to you. Mm-mm. But that happened to you because I know you're not what they say you are. Just like I said, Spencer's not what they say he is. Fury is not what they say he is. But you just gotta wait. I don't like to argue with fanboys and overzealous fans about boxers. All I have to do is wait. It'll catch up. It always does. It always does. All I have to do is wait. Wilder losing and AJ fighting Francis is why there is pressure on Fury for the Usyk fight. He has a lot to prove. He does. Pterodactyl says, I agree with your breakdown. No lies told. Sometimes AJ does drop his guard a bit down and sometimes open when he goes to the body. Yeah, I would say that that's where the speed is going to help him because he's got enough snap on the jab to get it, dig in, and get the hand back. That he doesn't need to be so close to Ngannou to touch him. And because these are straight punches from the outside, either you going to touch him or he going to cover up. But everything off the jab, that's how you beat him. The jab is the most important punch in boxing, and that's why. Because you could break a guy down with just the jab. Just the jab. Shout out to Esau. My God, P.S. Artur isn't ring champ, just lineal. Adonis got stripped of ring before he fought Vosdick. Ah, see, I didn't even realize that. I thought he brought that. I thought he brought the ring match. Well, wait a minute. When he fought Vosdick, wasn't that number one and number two? between them at that time in 2018? Weren't they both number one and number two at the time? Because Vosdick had to be number one at the time at least. He had to be number one at the time. So it's a lot of stuff going on. But like I said, I like the schedule of fights that we got. Thank you to Turkey Al Sheikh, His Excellency. Because of him, we got a really big fight in February and another really big fight in March. And all of that is just in the first quarter of the year. From January to March, yeah, that's only the first quarter. We still got April to August and all the fall months and the winter months. And we already off to a great start already. Already. No, Canelo was number two because Canelo, no, bro, he couldn't have been. Vosdick and Beterbiev fought in 2018. Remember that. Canelo didn't fight Kovalev until 2019. So it couldn't have been that way. But Artur beat Vosdick before Canelo beat Kovalev. So it couldn't have been that way. That the night of the fight, when Artur fought Vosdick, wasn't that number one and number two? I'm asking. I'm trying to remember. But wasn't that number one and number two? Virgil and Artur have to be the most dominant in using the jab. Very similar styles. However, Ortiz looks defensively better. I don't agree with that. That's crazy. I like Virgil, but where do you get he has a jab like Artur's? They don't have nah, fam. If I was gonna compare Artur to somebody, I would say just okay, who's got a great jab? Artur, Inui, because he changes it. He could throw a textbook jab. He could throw a up jab. I love that up jab because it has the same. Artur throws an up jab. He threw one yesterday. He throws jab from below sometimes. And the beauty of the up jab is it has the same virtue of an uppercut. The virtue of the uppercut is when you're in the pocket, the other person's not going to see it. Well, the virtue of the up jab is where they might be thinking that the jab is going to come from here. It might come from below. Go up the middle. Got to love the up jab. Triple G, yeah, we all know he had a great jab. He had a great jab. He had a great jab. But yeah, I would compare. I wouldn't even say that Inui throws his jab the same way Artur does. But if I were gonna compare Artur's jab to somebody, I would compare it to Inui's before I compare it to Virgil's. Sets up a 1-2 very well that tends to hurt the opponent, quite similar to Artur's. I'm trying to see similarities between two guys with the same records. I wouldn't compare Art like they're both pressure guys, Virgil and Artur, but there's noticeable differences. Like Virgil, he loads up his shots. That's a noticeable difference. He loads up. Artur doesn't. He shoots from the hip. That's why the jab always gets there because it's not tense. He just lets it go. It's not tense at all because it doesn't need to be. He's got power. He doesn't need to load up on nothing. And the punches kind of just flow with Artur, whether he's just picking you off with the jab or he's unloading while you're on the ropes. The punches just flow. Whereas with Virgil, the punches are a lot more tense because he's loading them up. And I like Virgil. I'm not saying bad things. I'm just highlighting the differences that they're different. Even if they have the same base style, they're different, you know? And yeah, that was a vintage better beef performance yesterday. That's what that was. That was a vintage. Artur is defensively better than Virgil. I agree with that. I agree with that. I can agree with that. You know, it was a great fight, great card. Shout out to Top Rank. I do wish that the cards would end a little bit earlier, but you get what you can get. You get what they give you. Shout out to Golden Boy the other day because their card ended really quick, but that's probably because it was on the West Coast, different time zone. Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes, in terms of power, No, in terms of methodology. Matthias is a Gatling gun. He's a Gatling gun that really believes in his power, so you can see he doesn't think too much. He knows as long as I get in, if I land, I'm gonna hurt this guy. And he fights on that predication. Artur thinks a little more. He does think a little more when he's coming in, catching the shots, poo poo poo. All right, I don't want to do nothing yet. I'm gonna move around, poo poo poo. All right, I don't want to. Like Matthias gets hit a lot, you know. He gets hit a lot because he can take it, but he gets hit a lot, a little bit too much for my liking. Which down the line, you don't want that. You don't want that. You know. So yeah, man. And he had a vintage performance yesterday. Vintage better be. We got to think about the Bivol fight. The Bivol fight is, now they're saying that he'll do it after Ramadan, or it may land after Ramadan because Artur is a practicing Muslim. He's going to observe Ramadan and get back to business. Can Bivol hold him back? Does he have what it takes? And I'm going to open up the chat to the panel and see how everybody's feeling, read the room based on yesterday's performance, which was better than Artur's performance last year. Do people feel now that Artur's gonna steamroll him? You know, Sergey was number two. Sorry, Vozdik was number one. Artur number three. Nello fought Sergey a month after Artur unified. He did. That was in 2018. You sure? Thought that was in 2019. He fought him. Shout out to my man Oscar Jimenez. Artur said he'd like to fight for 10 more years. How much longer does he stay in boxing, win or lose against Bivol? People say things, after they win a fight or going into a fight. I don't see Artur giving the sport of boxing another 10 years of his life. That's crazy. I don't see him doing that. I would give Artur another 3 to 4 years. Win or lose against Bivol. I would give him another 3 to 4. Like, yeah, maybe he's still around at 42, 43. Maybe. Maybe. But that Saudi payday will chill him out because they going to give him a lot of money to go over there. He going to make more money from that fight than any of these other fights that he made. That might chill your ass out. The fuck I'm going to go to cruiserweight for? I just made all this goddamn money, you know? So we'll see. I'm going to open up the chat to the panel, read the room. And once again, I'm going to say this again because I get a lot of complaints after these lives, and y'all don't realize that. I get people in my DMs on Instagram, people in my DMs on Twitter saying, yo, you got to reel them guys in because they talking over each other too much and nobody wants to hear that shit. So if you hear somebody talking, don't cut them off to tell a fucking joke. It's not going to be funny. It's going to be annoying. And you're going to get the listeners mad, you know? Open up the chat to the panel. And yeah, man, you know, I have to admit that yesterday's fight, it does make me think twice a little bit about the Bivol pick because a part of why I picked Bivol to beat him is I anticipated that Artur over time would show signs of age, that he would start to slow down. But when you see how he looked yesterday, well, he didn't really slow down, did he? No, he looked better than he looked better this year than he looked last year. So, Leo, what do you think about that shit?
I still favor people over better people.
Mm,
I don't- I It's for me that fight is about the footwork. People has a better footwork. Maybe a guy like not in the light heavyweight division. No,
mm,
maybe a cruiserweight a guy like Opataya can beat people.
mm,
I mean, beat it to the punch, give it a good shot and put him down. But Beterbiev, it's gonna be close at times. It's gonna look like Beterbiev is good, is doing some work, but people's gonna it's gonna win, in my
mm,
opinion.
mm. I want to go to Eson because Eson isn't normally on the panel. Everybody's Eson with the Nissan, not the
Yes,
Prius.
sir.
Isan with the
Anytime.
Nissan. Isan,
Right up.
did yesterday's fight change your perception of the Bivol fight, or do you still feel the same way you felt before yesterday's fight?
Same exact way. The only thing I'd say is that honestly, I'm just like the more I watch Art, every time I watch Artur fight, and I feel like I don't know. I think he's been improving over the years. Folks keep
Mhm.
telling me that he actually has been declining, and I'm like, bro, watch the Bojdik fight and then watch his recent fights.
I
Watch
agree.
Bojdik and watch today. His footwork was a lot more sloppy back then. He jumped
Mhm.
in a lot more recklessly back then. I think, and you know how Archer says, "I want to be a good boxer one day, bro." This motherfucker works on his technique to improve, and he's a fucking physical freak. So I'm like, bro, if anything, I've been leaning more Artur, and you would think it's the opposite since he's the older guy. But as time goes on, I keep watching. I'm like, bro, this dude is just getting better and
He is
better,
getting
bro.
better. Like
Yeah.
I don't disagree. Like his form looked much better than the Johnson fight yesterday
Mm-hmm.
than
I
it.
think he was a lot more. And bro, people gotta realize Artur just has a career where it's odd. He's old with very few fights. Look at his early fights and you watch his career progress. He doesn't have a lot of fights, and early in his career, he's taken out guys like Tavoris Cloud, and he had a lot of really good opponents early. Then he had that dry spell of opponents, and he gets Bolshik, little dry spout, and now he's on the
I
trend
like
again.
how you say
You know?
Vozdik. It sounds very Eastern European. I like how you say that. Villain, villain, the ped stuff. And really there are no
Oh
peds.
my god.
But Eddie, Eddie, he said after the fight, it's almost like he's got an unfair advantage. And then, you see Tony Bellew and he, his ass hurts, his butthole hurts. What do you think about that whole thing? And does it matter?
Well, I mean, how do we really know how many of these guys are really using performer enhancing drugs? I mean, I assume most of them are. If they haven't, they've used them at some point in time. I say ultimately, if there's no proof, then what really more can be said? I mean, we have to. You can only test them so much. You know, um, there is no uniform body in boxing of any type when it comes to belts, when it comes to testing. So I try not to get too worked up about it because I assume all of them are on drugs
I
or
am.
or at least they're attempting to be on drugs. So
I am. I know
I'm
you
on
are.
HG. I'm on HGH.
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean,
I'm
if
on
you test
TRT.
positive, then yeah, of course. But um, I don't I just try to enjoy the fights. I don't look into that bullshit because it just clouds the actual enjoyment of the sport.
Can I add to that?
Jason, let me go to Jason. Jason, Tony's ass hurts, You can go read the tweet that he put up there, and you can see your ass just hurts because if Callum would have won, you would have been talking about how great our tour was and he was a great champion to big up Callum. But because Callum loses, oh, here we go with the pads and the this and the that. Just what do you think about that whole shit?
Well, first off, happy Cowboys Elimination Day to all of you. But
Mm.
secondly, Tony Bello
Be
ain't
quiet, by the way.
shit. Yeah, Tony Bello ain't shit. Like that mother. First off, that motherfucker cost me $100 when I bet on him to last the distance against Usyk. So fuck him for
Mm.
that to begin with. But
Fuck Tony
he,
Bellew.
but that piece of shit is always has Matchroom Dick up his mouth at all times. Straight up. Straight up. Like, why are we even talking about him, to be honest? It's like giving guy attention because he makes funny faces on YouTube or some shit. Like, what are we doing here?
Karma just let us know that she's on synthetic estrogen and snack systems.
My
So
girl
There
shout
we
out to
go.
Karma.
Karma.
My
Shout
girl
out to the
Karma.
peds. Shout out to John. John, well, one, the first thing I want to ask you is what was your pick before this weekend's fight in the Bivol Better Beef? And did yesterday's fight change how you feel about the fight or reinforce how you feel about the fight?
I've always picked Beterbiev. I just always thought he was like the better boxer and more power. He has very good footwork. I mean, Bebo is very tricky. And like you said, he does have like small things that help him out, like the jab, but through that and
Gosh.
break the jab
Mm.
and eventually get him out of there. I think Beterbiev can't stop him. He can stop him. But I've always had better Beeb, um, the whole time.
Hidden Valley salad dressing. We saw a vintage Artur Better Beef performance yesterday. Did that at all affect your perceptions of a Bivol fight?
No, I always thought Beterbiev would win. However, I did. It's definitely. I thought it would be a fight that Artur would struggle a lot in, but
Mm,
especially after the yard fight, I'm like, okay, he did good, but he was getting touched up. That was tough for him. He is 38.
yeah.
But yesterday, I'm like, man, he didn't look 38. He looked like he
No,
was
he
28 in
didn't.
that fight.
He damn sure didn't.
So
Damn. Like
with
it was great. But would you say that look, Callum's a very different guy than Dimitri? Can we all agree on that? Very different guy.
yes,
Yep.
Yes, it's a very different fight. But
So I mean,
I mean
It
Marcus
is,
Brown
but
and Bozlik, they were kind of a mixture of. If you put them together, aren't they
nah,
kind of a mixture of
no,
like a B-ball?
no,
Isan,
no.
wait, let me go to Isan. Let me go to Isan. Isan, if there are differences, because I saw Alexis. Shout out to Alexis. I saw Alexis make that same
Yeah, I don't like that.
comparison.
No.
If there's a difference between Vosdik and Bivol today, right? Where Bivol is today. If there's a difference, then what is it?
B-Ball's just better all around. He's got better footwork. He has better timing, better speed, better punch placement. He has more unorthodox rhythm. He's younger. His reflexes and his timing really are what do it for him. But even the way he punches and the way he moves, like his range control, man. Wojcik was really good. Wojcik was a good boxer, but he's a very simple boxer. Nobody can ever point, and I like Wojcik, good boxer,
I like Vosdik,
but
and I
nobody
like how
but
you
Julius.
say Vosdik because I feel more Russian when you say it.
Yeah, but the thing is, nobody can ever tell me what was really, I'm not, special quality. He was a good all-around boxer, but Bivol is actually a special boxer, and that's really what it is. Bivol's more special around, like I said, footwork,
Everybody,
range
Lady
control,
Chan.
and
Everybody,
his
Lady Chan, just enter chat.
can.
Lady Chan,
Also, much better defense. Much better
the
defense.
gorgeous
I
Lady
agree. Now,
Chan.
see
Much
that
better
I would
defense.
say that
The way
these
Bivol moves the upper body, that's what
this
Wojcik
is
never
this
had.
is
The
the
torso,
differences
waist.
exactly. You took the words out of my mouth. That
Yep.
one thing about Vosdik that I didn't like, and it's just the European style of boxing, the Eastern European style of boxing.
Stand
They
up.
don't really move their torso very much. It's
All
very
head.
straight.
All
It's
head.
very
Bivol will move his Bivol will actually move his upper body a bit.
which
Wojcik,
is
he moves
nuanced
his
for
feet.
him because he's an
Yep.
Eastern European fighter, but he does bend. He does fight at a slight crouch at times. He does move his head, and
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 even
Vozdik's way of getting out of the way of punches is to move his feet a guard up. But he don't do none
Bivol
of
will do
the.
the thing with Bivol is he'll high guard fast, and also he has a faster step back, which is the reflexes and the footwork. Bivol also has a much wider base than most guys, which helps him when he punches because he's kind of, and that's what gives him the snap in his shots. He's already sitting down on all his punches because his base is so wide and the way his back foot is placed. He's just much better than Bolshevik, man. He's always been much better.
Shout
I hope
out to how
actually,
Isan says Vojdik.
Bivol's gonna fight in March on the AJ and Ngannou undercard. I would like to see that fight. That would be a great
Wait,
fight.
he's gonna fight again
Yeah, Bible's gonna fight on the AJ undercard.
because they're talking about doing a better beef fight after Ramadan, which
Yeah,
is
but
in the
that's
summer.
no, that's 3 months after Ramadan, so you're looking at July.
Oh,
So I mean,
let me go to Lady Chan. Let me go to
think
Lady
about
Chan.
it.
Lady Chan.
Wow.
Beterbiev Smith. Was it what you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, I predicted around 6 to 8 KOs because I just thought I knew that he could get him probably because of it Callum's style. I knew that Beterbiev, you're going to make me say Beterbiev like you guys. Beterbiev can get him out in the
Very
first quarter.
fancy with the shit. Beterbiev.
Yeah, Beterbiev. That's how you actually pronounce it. I don't understand why everybody says it anything different, but
Americans have lazy tongues. We don't want to say the Biev, the Beterbiev. There's too much
Beterbiev, yeah.
shit. You want to
Sounds
say better beef, like Aldi, like Family Dollar. Better beef,
Sells the
$9.99.
beer.
that
I
reminds me
say
of like
Beterbiev.
Butthead when everyone says better beef, like Beavis and Butthead. But as I was saying, I knew he could get him out in the first 4 rounds. And round 4 was a touched up round that Callum was like. I didn't give Callum any of the first 4 rounds at all. I gave him round 5, and that was just about it. I knew Beterbiev was just going to land and fuck him up because Callum's style is he's got basically good fundamentals. But you remember at 168, he never chose himself, Billy Joe Saunders or Caleb Plant never chose to unify. They all had their belts and all kept it to themselves, and nobody wanted to fight each other for unification, if I'm correct, right? So I knew he wasn't really that good. Coming off the back of the Canelo one, I knew this is going to be light work for Beterbiev. And everybody in the UK was like, if anybody can do it, Callum Smith can do it. And I was like, not with that style matchup. He just can't. He's going to get walked down mid-rounds, and he did.
I mean, we saw him against Ryder and against Canelo turtle up whenever someone got up in his ass and put pressure on him. So what do you all think was going to happen when the most dangerous pressure fighter going today was going to get up in Callum Smith's ass, especially an 18-by-18 ring?
Yeah,
that's
that
another
was
thing.
nasty work,
And
by the
look,
way.
I want to
Correct.
say this though.
Bad.
I'm not
Bad.
against the 18-by-18 because let's just stop dicking around. Let's stop pussyfooting around, okay?
Mhm.
I don't want you gliding around the fucking ring all night. I want to see somebody go to the hospital. And I think Callum went to the hospital. But I will disagree with you. I will disagree with you on this, Chan. I think Callum is a solid fighter. I
Yes,
think there's a argument that he could probably beat Yard. I'm not gonna pick him outright, pick him, but he could probably beat Yard. He could
I agree.
probably beat Joshua Buatsi. Wouldn't you
Yes,
say
sir.
that?
I agree.
They're domestic British title and Commonwealth. I think that's the top out of, and maybe one, maybe European out that. Where do you put Yard? You never know where you put Yard. Because I was saying this on my stream this morning. Yard starts off fighting bums, and then he just leaps to like super elite, and then when he gets washed by the elite, he has to he dips down all the way back to like journeyman, and then, so we don't know where Yard is. And then Joshua Buatsi.
I would ask you, Lady Chan,
Mhm.
if it were Anthony Yard
Mhm.
versus Dan Aziz instead of Joshua Buatsi
Mhm.
versus Dan Aziz,
Mhm.
does Yard win that fight?
Yes.
Now, all right, Anthony Yard, Craig Spider Richards. Does Yard win that fight?
Unsure.
That's a
Mm.
good fight.
Not-
That's a good fight.
It's a good fight. I said that, but I don't know. I don't know if Yard comes out the victor in that. Possibly you could edge it due to his power, but Craig Richards is fundamentally sound, does have pop, and will fight you toe to toe and stick and move. I don't know if and he's got a great jab, and we all know Yard doesn't like jabs. He doesn't know. He doesn't have head movement. So I wouldn't say that's a clean across the board that Yard beats Craig Richards. I would probably edge for Craig Richards, honestly.
Mr. Julius,
Good.
I got a motherfucking question for you, sir.
Mm.
If Artur hits Bivol with that side / back of the head punch,
Yeah.
do you think Bivol can recover? Because I
It's
don't.
not gonna be, see
can't.
two-part answer. That punch is gonna damage whoever it lands on, right?
Exactly.
It's gonna damage whoever it lands on, Bivol or anybody else. It's gonna damage them. But I don't think that punch will be available for Artur to land it because of the in and out. Because of the in and out, it's not gonna be there for him. But these guys like Callum, and I saw people complaining about it.
The
And
rabbit.
these guys, well, they call it the rabbit. See, with Hergovic, I say
Nope.
outright. With Hergovic, I say outright that is a rabbit punch. But the reason I don't say that with Artur is, well, you guys are making the back of your head or the side of your head available. So what the fuck is he supposed to do?
Hey,
Stop
I-
throwing?
Yeah,
I have a piece of information for people. If that, I have if the punch does not land on the occiput, which is literally the base, the back of your head, it is
The
not an illegal
occipitus. The
punch.
occipitus.
Yes, exactly. If it does not land to the very, and I'm talking like damn near where your neck is. If it doesn't land there, it's not an illegal blow because you're talking about minimal inches of a guy's fucking head with a boxing glove.
But moreover, with Artur, with these guys, like I've seen it, and I saw people belly aching about it. And
Who
this
cares
is not
anyways?
like this is. Let me finish. This is not like Hergovic versus Demori. See, with Hergovic versus Demori, the more he bended at the waist and completely bent over, and you literally saw Hergovic coming down with
Yeah.
the hand.
Yep.
That's not the same as Artur's getting off a salvo of punches and you're getting ragdolled and you turn your head to this dude
Yeah.
like, yo, dog, he's not
Yeah.
trying to hit you there. You
Yeah.
turning in a way where the punch is going to end up there. That's
Can,
on
can I,
You're
you.
open.
can I
That's
say so? Can
why
I
You're
say
open.
something?
Wow.
Go ahead, Leo.
Okay,
As
but
well. Yeah.
just a clarification. The reason why the grabbing punches are illegal is because at the back of your head,
Mm-hmm.
your spinal cord uh, attaches to your
Brains.
brain.
Mm-hmm.
So
Uh-huh.
any kind of hit directly at the back of your head can damage your spinal cord, and that you're gonna become a vegetable.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
But
Yep. That's that. Oh, yep.
yeah,
Handicap.
but only if you punch someone directly at the back of their
Of-
head.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
other parts of the brain, they are fair play. Now, it's the
The
same
front.
way. It's the same way the bell line shots. It's
Mm-hmm.
at the discretion of the referee. That's why in this very fight, um, the referee was warning Arthur Beterbiev, look, you're punching too close to the back of the head.
Leo, wait, don't get all fucking fancy because Chan is here. It's better beef. It's better
Hey,
beef. It's
but you
not
know what?
better
I,
Biev.
I, I
Leo,
always say Beterbiev.
Don't get
no,
all fucking
Leo,
The
fancy.
fuck?
Beterbiev.
Leo's saying it correct.
Beterbiev.
Shout out to
Julius.
JC who says better beef is
Yep.
the A side. The ring will be 18 by 18 inches. Do you guys think that? Do you think that
Fuck
when he
no.
fights beef,
I
I
hope
hope
so.
so. I
18
sure
by
hope
18
so.
ring?
Bro,
Yeah.
listen. If you think Eddie is giving that motherfucker an 18 by 18 ring versus his champion, you drunk.
He's gonna settle for he
21.
have to have a
21.
22, but he'll settle for
22 exactly, 22 by
22.
22.
yeah.
I mean, Julius, you know,
Yo,
I
yeah. It
I
better
have.
be if
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Bivol's my bad. If Bivol, it better be if and Bivol go at it. I I have a chance for it better be of beating him, and he's the last key, I guess, to beating the light heavyweights. And I honestly think better be if shouldn't be a light heavyweight. I think after that he should go to cruiser. He's too big. He's getting older. He's gonna gain more weight, and he just has too much power. It's kind of like Benavidez at super middleweight,
I
and
disagree.
pretty much that's what he
Hard
is. He's a
disagree, brother.
monster.
I
I
want to say
disagree.
this that I
Yeah,
want
go
to say
ahead.
this is my thing. This is my perspective on Artur. I don't disagree that he should go to cruiser after this because there's not going to be anything left to do. There's just going to be domestic level guys that are
Yeah.
making it through. So there's no reason to stay. Between
Yeah.
you and Dimitri, you guys actually took out most of the somebody. So I don't disagree that he should go to cruiser, but I don't liken that to David Benavidez being at 168 because Artur doesn't take up a lot of space if you look at him. He really
That's
doesn't.
correct.
That man's
Yep.
5'11",
Right.
bro.
Mhm.
David is 6'3".
Nah,
No, the thing
he's
David
like
is
bro,
6'3",
can I
bro.
let
six
me
one. He's not 5'11". They have him at 5'11", but he's really like
Bro,
6'1".
Bro, he
That's
don't. Well,
five.
Okay.
can I tell you what, bro? He didn't look fucking 6'1"
No,
yesterday. He did not.
Bivol,
Well,
dude, Bivol's a little bit taller than Artur.
No,
No, look
Bivol's
at
6
face-off.
didn't
foot.
you see
This
the
is why
face-off they
Julius is
did?
Yeah.
correct.
I
Bivol
mean,
did a
but
little.
let me.
no,
Can
no,
I want to.
Julius, you're right,
They did
Jules.
a little face-off.
Bivol is 6 foot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Artur is a little bit shorter than Bivol, but I wanted to add.
Arthur's
Um,
5'11".
I disagree that Artur is this huge light heavyweight. If you look at his day fight day weigh-ins, this guy only gets up to around like 185, 190. That's not a
Yo,
lot
that's
for
the other shit.
rehydrating.
But
Nah,
you
that
got you. No,
motherfucker's
no,
weighing
no,
almost
no.
No,
over
Espera,
no,
200.
no,
espera,
no,
John,
no.
John, espera un momento. Tú tienes Callum Smith, 6'3". El zurdo, 6'3". El mamagüevo de David Benavidez, 6'2", 6'3". Esas son gente que mira, nosotros sabemos lo que ustedes están haciendo. Artur, bro, that dude is really, he like, yeah, he's stocky, but he's not a big guy, bro. He
Here's the
really
difference.
ain't.
I can explain this right now. The difference between, and this is where using height gets subjective because some guys can be tall, but really it's about muscle mass. A guy like Zerto's putting on a shit ton of water weight and like fat
Yeah.
outside of camp. But you look
Yeah.
at Artur, look at Zerto. Artur clearly the more buff, muscular guy. Why the reason why I say Artur is not like a big light heavy is because this guy's cut up and when he rehydrates, his day of fight weigh-ins are like 185, 190. That's not a big rehydration gap for a light heavyweight at all. And that's not, you're not really talking about a bunch of water weight and fat outside of camp. Look at a guy like Bivol. The Canelo fight day, he was only like 185. And
Yeah,
Canelo was like 182.
yeah, he's
These
not
guys aren't
like
big light heavyweights.
yeah.
And look at a guy like Fundora at 154. He's 6 feet, but we all know he does not have the fucking size to be at no damn super middleweight.
No,
So
he doesn't. No, he
I
doesn't. But
don't I don't
the
wait,
believe
wait, wait,
fight
wait, 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 wait.
that.
Everybody
it's not
calm down. Everybody calm down because
it's
it's
not
not
really
just. Hold on.
it,
It's not just the frame of the fighters. You know that David walks around too and change. You
yep,
know that
Oh,
Zerto.
yeah.
You know that Zerto does too.
yep.
And you
Hmm.
know that
Yep.
Bro, the dude is 6'3". What do you think?
So
He's
does
walking around
Beterbiev.
190 in Liverpool?
Fuck
No,
no.
bro. That dude be walking around two and change, bro. These are big guys.
Beterbiev walks
Them
around
guys.
200 over 200 also. I bet you he does. He
No,
walks
I
around
bet he does
210.
too.
Yeah,
So when I
probably,
look
but
at Artur and Dimitri, right? Like Dimitri's very lean. This is not a big guy. Like he's
that's
very
a small light
lean.
heavyweight. That's a
Yeah, so
small
during
light
the fight,
heavyweight.
Beterbiev is like over
Right.
200. He is not
I
in the
think
180s, 190s.
Beterbiev
He's
walks
over
around
200.
that as heavy
I
as
said
he.
fight night.
He
Fight
big.
night,
Hang on. I
fight
don't
night
think
rehydration.
Beterbiev.
Wait, go ahead, Chan. Go ahead, Chan.
I don't think Beterbiev walks around as big as what the lads are saying on the panel.
I agree.
I don't think he walks around like 210 like a Benavidez.
Hell no.
Yeah, he walks around he probably keeps it
185, 190.
Here's
one-
the. Let me add on to what Chan
where he
said.
gets
I
that.
believe. Do you know why I believe it?
He's
Because
not
of what
fat.
he said. Because of what he said.
He
This
can't
guy's
do
not. This guy's never soft in the. I've never seen a Beterbiev fight and he's soft in the body. I've never seen him miss weight or anything like that. So that
Julius.
tells me between the fights, you must not be fucking around.
And the
You
thing
must
is
not
too,
be.
folks gotta realize. Look at a guy like Dimitri and Artur outside of fights. They stayed lean and toned with muscle. Look at a guy like Benavidez and Zurdo. They're tall, skinny, fat guys that gain a shit ton of water weight.
Yeah,
It's
they look
different.
soft.
You could say a guy like Benavidez, he gets to like 200 plus, yeah, but that's 200
Jesus.
plus of not functional muscle. That's
Of
water
tortillas
fat.
He
or
drains
tortas
all.
y carnitas.
That's
He
why.
drains
That's
all
why
his muscle trying to make 168.
I mean, no, this guy cuts water weight and fat. Benavidez does not have a muscular frame at all. That's
Yeah,
why
because
when
he's
you
draining all
compare,
his muscle.
Yeah,
Getting down
if
to
you're gonna-
I mean,
168.
even no, but even
let me read the super chat. Shout out to Oscar Jimenez. Y'all saw that uppercut landed on Callum's throat once
God.
again. I'll say I saw it. That's Callum's fault. Why? You the one that hunkered down. He's going for the uppercut. You the one that did this. You know, and it's a fight, and things is gonna happen. But sometimes where the punch go, sometimes it don't even be on the dude throwing it. Sometimes it be on you because of where you are when the punch lands.
and
Yeah,
ideally, you don't
exactly.
even want that shit. You want that shit.
He didn't really utilize his height.
Hell
In
He
the
couldn't.
fight.
He couldn't.
Yeah.
He couldn't.
He never does.
Yeah, he always crouches.
I
Yeah.
think Artur. If Artur beats Dimitri, I think he should go to cruiser because there's nothing left at light heavy, or
Yeah.
retire, whatever. But it's not because of the weight. It's not because of the
No.
weight. It's
No.
because
If
it's because there's nothing left there.
There's
If
nothing.
But at the
you-
same time, I do not think Artur will have this great career at cruiserweight. I don't think so.
I don't think that because of
put him in there
Jai.
with Jai. You
I
put him in
don't
there
think
with
that
Jai-
because
yeah,
of
exactly.
Jai.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
if you put
Not
him in there
because-
with Zerto goes to the
Yeah,
hospital.
exactly.
If you put
so
him
you
in
gotta
there
put him in
with
the right opponent.
yeah,
Gulamarian.
like
But
He
what
does Gulamarian.
Reactpor? Who goes hospital then?
no, see
I mean,
that's
the
the
only-
other thing that
the
look
only threat is
Reactpor
Jai.
wait Reactpor is I think Reactpor is good. But if you say Chris Billum Smith,
Fuck.
Artur will get Chris
No,
Billum Smith.
Hospital. Billum
He'll
Smith.
do him. He'll do him.
Yeah, and that's the thing, Jai. But the thing is, Jai ain't going nowhere no time soon. So I mean, and Artur,
I mean, here's
he's going.
here's
for
the
smoke,
thing. Here's
too.
the thing. If you're gonna try and convince me that Artur Beterbiev is like 200 pounds walking around, then you're gonna need to show me fights where he isn't doing treadmill work before the walkout. Like, what are you talking about? This man's under 200 pounds in his life.
Listen, for Artur to touch 200 pounds, like, all right, look at Artur outside of his fight camps. He looks the exact same build. So essentially, for Artur to be touching 200 pounds while maintaining his chiseled frame, He'd have to
I'm
gain.
just
He let me finish.
He's
He
he's
would need.
not the yeah, like he's
He
not this
wait.
dude
Let
that
me let
be
me let me
fucking
cap it off.
around between
Let,
fights.
yeah,
Yeah.
let me cap it off. The thing is, you have to look at the guy's build. If he was chiseled outside of camp, you're saying that he would need to gain about 20 pounds of muscle. Because if he gained 20 pounds of fat, he'd look chunky around the neck, cheek area, and everything. He doesn't look like that. The guy, what a guy rehydrates on fight day. If a guy is 175, then he's 185 night of the fight. Really, add on another 10 pounds. Whatever they rehydrate, just double that. That's probably what you're gonna get. 185, 195, or
Yeah.
190 max. Like that guy, you're not gonna see Artur with chubby
At
cheeks and
100 pounds.
Okay,
Yeah.
now here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee because this is getting very interesting. Chan is the captain. She's captaining the floor. She's gonna mitigate who talks and when. Chan, take it away.
Actually, don't. Yeah, I disagree with what you say. I mean, I agree with what you're saying. That it's on the. But as you saw him on the
Yeah.
stage, he looked in good shape. He's never a guy that's out of shape. We don't see him too much out of fights too much anyway because he
Here's
lives.
the key, Chan. Here's
Yeah.
the key. Follow Artur on Instagram. That's exactly how I know. He posts.
Oh,
If you
got
follow
you.
Artur on Instagram, that's where he posts his
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous. And that's another thing. If
He's
you know Artur's workouts, the shit he does,
I've
which is
seen
what I'm
them.
saying, he does the way he works out. This motherfucker can't get to no damn 200 pounds of fat.
200
It
pounds.
wouldn't work out, and that's why I'm saying like a
Yeah.
guy getting 200 pounds of fat and water weight is
Yeah.
different than a guy getting their muscle mass. To put
Yeah.
on muscle mass, you have to train your body to burn fat
Yeah.
and gain muscle, aka weightlifting.
Right.
That's why when the thing with boxing is a lot of people, and I'm not trying to say this about guys in the panel, but if you don't
Mhm.
understand this is a good opportunity for you to learn. You have to know about weight, how body mass works. It's not the same as having fat and water weight like
Yeah.
Benavidez and Zerto, and
Yeah.
actually putting on 15 pounds of fucking muscle mass. A guy like Roy, he put on muscle mass to get to heavyweight. That's why he can never come back down. If
Down.
Roy would have just ate snacks and drank a bunch of fucking soda and gained fat, he could have been able to come down easier. But the
Yeah.
problem is he
Same,
gained
But
muscle
he
mass,
gained
and
muscle.
that's
same
why.
with
Now,
Mike Tyson.
that is
Yeah,
not.
to go to heavyweight.
Hang on,
And
please.
here's the
Back
thing.
to the Instagram thing, real quick. Please tell me
Yes.
it's just a bunch of videos you could put a Rocky montage to. Is it
Literally,
like that?
bro.
Yeah.
It's literally his fucking.
No,
It's Rocky
no,
videos.
it is some Neanderthal shit.
Yeah. It's very. If they go to extreme measures, Usyk does similar stuff. They'll
Yeah.
train lying in snow and using snow as a weight resistor and stuff like that. They use their environment.
Yeah,
It's
these
some
guys
caveman
are
shit.
consummate. These guys are consummate professionals, man. You're not gonna see Artur and Bivol over 200 pounds out of camp because their
Ever.
lifestyles don't do that. Like they're in shape all around. You know,
All the
all
time.
around.
Yeah,
Now,
I don't know, man. To
now
me, I
Bivol
just
was
think to me
asked.
he did
What do
look
you
like he
guys think?
was
Bivol was
200
asked.
pounds of muscle.
No, Bivol was asked.
Bro, wait, hold on. I
hold
gotta.
Hold on.
What do you guys think of Bivol? Where does he go? Because he already said he can't do cruiserweight. That's just out. That's not on the table because his
Just reign out
body.
like heavyweight. Stay at
Yeah.
light heavyweight or go to super middle.
Yeah, but
Go down in weight.
I don't think he's 32, 33. Him going down, even though he says he can make 168, it won't be comfortable, and you'll probably see a really drained Bivol.
I mean,
I
maybe,
think
but
that
you don't know.
I think he's the more likely of the two to retire because what you said, he can't go to cruiserweight. Going to
Yeah.
super middleweight might be too much of a hassle at this point.
Yeah.
He's about to make a boatload of money.
I mean, he could just
And,
stay at light
why bother?
heavyweight and reign. He could just
What
reign
is
at light
under
heavyweight for years.
But
heavyweight?
what's
Well,
left?
guys,
there
the
a-
other thing is that we don't know what the Saudis are about to pay him. People can say whatever they want before a fight. We
Mhm.
don't know what the Saudis are about to pay him if we're talking about Artur. He might make the kind of money that he's never made. He's only making $1 million, maybe $2 million at a time, right? He's not making
He only got 5
ridiculous.
for Canelo. He only got
Exact-
5 for Canelo.
Wait, who we talking about? Callum?
Bivol.
We talking
Come
about
on,
Bivol.
Bivol.
Who we talking about? Bivol?
Bivol.
Oh nah,
Bivol.
like
Oh, if Bebal
I-
wins, he's
look,
gonna reign as
He can't
I
go
don't
to
know.
he
I
can't
don't
go
know
to
what the
cruiser.
fuck. He can't go to cruiser. He
No, he
cannot
can't
go to
go.
cruiser.
Julius,
Cannot
you know
go
he's
to
gonna
cruiser.
reign as undisputed champion for a
Yeah,
while.
exactly.
If
Julius,
I
you
don't
know
know.
this.
But the thing with Bivol, we could say that he could do title defenses at 175, but what's left in 175 is not really that much. And Bivol's a kind of fighter that he only fights to like the level of his opposition. So I don't think he would want to get out of the bed to fight.
But
Fight
But
level.
the thing is, gaining like
After that money,
here's
no.
here's
Yeah.
the issue with light heavyweight to cruiser, bro. like that. Most guys when they move up in weight, they're really not moving up. They're just cutting less weight, really.
Cutting down, really. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, look at like with Charlo. He didn't gain muscle to go to 168. He just cut less weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't belong there because he's not acclimated, but he didn't gain muscle mass. A guy like Roy going heavy, that's gaining muscle mass.
Yeah.
Cruiserweight is the only division. Well, light heavy to cruiser is the only weight jump where you're actually talking about 99% of the time you have to put on muscle mass and gain proper weight because you're fighting heavyweights. Those motherfuckers are heavyweights. And
They are. The
Julius,
night
I
of.
want to ask you this, Julius. I've been saying this for a minute. The cruiserweight limit should go back to 190 because that's why
I agree.
that's
I
why
agree.
you do not see. This is let me cook. The reason, like, name me the cruiserweight, name me the light heavyweights of this era or even like the past 15, 20 years that have actually been light heavyweight champions, 175, and won titles at cruiser, full 200.
Man,
It doesn't
because the jump
happen.
is
No,
too
it doesn't. It
much.
doesn't
It's
happen,
and
25
bro.
that
pounds.
and that's
It doesn't
because you're
happen.
talking and that's because the one
It's too
that's
much.
the biggest.
No, wait a minute.
that's
Wait a
the
minute. Wait a
biggest
minute. No,
jump in
Badu
boxing.
Jack. Badu
Yeah,
Jack.
there's minute.
But
There's
that's just one.
but it's not really.
But it's only Badu.
Yeah.
It's not widespread, is what I'm saying.
It's not widespread. No, it's not.
And the
Look,
thing
look.
is, the reason
I'll
it's
say.
not is because that's a 25 pounds is fucking insane, man. That's a
That's a
lot of
big
weight.
jump.
Well, look. Basically, those guys at cruiser are just light heavyweights on a keto diet. Basically,
Yeah.
those are bro.
No, they're
Lawrence
heavy.
Okoli. Look at Lawrence Okoli, bro. That dude is huge, bro. Look
Bro,
at
He
Richard
needs a fight.
Reactor.
He
Can
comes
you
over
imagine
220.
Bivol standing next to Lawrence Okoli, bro?
It don't work out, dog. It don't work out.
I'm not against guys, moving up in weight and testing themselves. I don't mind that, but it's like this is the one weight jump where I never advocate for guys to move up because I'm like, bro, these motherfuckers
Very
literally
few
gotta
guys
actually.
can. Very
Because
few
you're
guys
talking
can.
about 25 pounds, and you have to add on at least 15 pounds of muscle because you're not gonna go in there with these
There's a
fucking
very
heavyweights on
few.
keto diets weighing
Okay, I'll
185.
tell you to fuck what? I'll tell your ass some shit. Callum could go to cruiser. Oh yeah.
I mean, he probably could go to cruiser and beat
Yeah.
If hoe ass Zerto is
Zerto?
at cruiser right now,
Yeah.
Callum can't go.
he can go, but I mean, and he could pick up one of those paper champ, the WBC champion, man. I don't know why, bro. Somebody
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that.
What?
Noel could fight.
No,
Noel
he-
can fight.
No, he
You
can. but-
bugging.
No. Let me move on. I kind of jumped off the side real quick because I was thinking, bro, the IBF is about to order Bradis to fight Opataya for the vacant title, which they just stripped Opataya of a month and a half ago for not honoring a mandatory challenger. They were going to order Zerto. Zerto's going to be a route.
Bro,
And the
Bradis
whole
is not-
time,
and-
they should
bro,
have
Bradis
never
not gonna
even
take that
stripped him
fight.
because Bradis had the fucking deal in place to let them fight anyways.
I
and now you're
don't
going to
think
order.
Bradis is gonna take that fight, dog.
I
That's
think he is.
crazy if he do.
He
He
is.
must really
Listen,
want to get the shit
They
beat
already
out
got a
of him.
deal, Julius. They already have a deal. They already had a deal in place.
Then that's his
That's why-
retirement fight. That's his retirement
No,
fight.
it probably is. But the thing is, this is why the IBF is so stupid. Bradis and Opataya already had a deal agreed to fight, but Bradis was injured, so they were going to do a Thompson fight in between, then fight after. But the IBF did the IBF shit and stripped him just to now reorder them to fight for the vacant title. Fucking
Just
crazy.
Yo, the other shit is. Let me say this before I pass it to Chan.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna say this. Zerto is really shit. I think we all need to know that and understand that.
Facts.
He's shit. I'm not gonna say this and that. I'm just saying Arsene is a real cruiserweight. He is a real. That's a big boy, and he can punch. Watch him. He can punch. So I'm just saying, like, I don't know what the fuck y'all thinking over there. I don't know. Do you see something that I don't see? Because Zerto was shit.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Yeah.
listen, bro.
If what
He's
sliding
fucking trash.
count is saying that Steve Cunningham did it. No, Steve Cunningham was never a 175-pounder. He was always a cruiserweight. He was a cruiserweight that went to
It's a
heavyweight.
heavyweight, yeah.
See,
Wasn't like-
I know Tony Bellew. He was at light heavy, but he never won a light heavyweight title, did he?
No.
No.
But he won
No.
a cruiserweight title, didn't he?
But he did have. But he was at super middle though. That's where he started. Super
Did he
middle.
win a heavyweight
Well, he
title?
started at super middleweight.
He started
but
at super
the-
middleweight, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
wow.
the thing is, like you,
don't
and again,
know.
the fact that we have to think this hard of guys that went from light that had a title at light heavy and cruiser
Michael
just goes to
Spinks.
show you're talking about a small number. Very
Michael
like a
Spinks was
not the
undisputed
general.
at light heavyweight, and he went up to
Michael Mora.
Yeah, Michael Moore
yeah,
went up to
it was
heavyweight.
He
But
was
was
a
Michael
that
light
wait
Moore,
wait was
right?
heavyweight.
that
Michael
but
Moore.
that was that when cruiser what was that when cruiserweight was 190?
I
I
can't
can't.
I'm
remember that.
talking. I'm not talking
Mm,
175
He
to
went
190.
past Cruiser,
no,
Eson.
he was light heavyweight. He went to
He's a light
and then
heavyweight
he
who
No,
went
went
no,
to
to
I know,
heavyweight.
heavyweight.
but
He
Light
okay,
was a
heavyweight, and then he
monster
went
at
to
light
heavyweight.
heavyweight.
He was a light heavyweight undisputed
no, I'm
champion,
talking.
and he
Look,
went
look.
to
All right, let me
heavyweight.
put the parameters. I'm talking more modern day,
And then
175 to 200, widespread. How many guys have done it?
Not a
minimum.
lot.
One
David
Not a
maybe.
Hay,
lot.
if you want to
Besides
say
Badu, I don't
David
know.
Hay,
Badu,
David Hay.
David Hay was a cruiser. He
David
was
Hay.
cruiser and heavy. He never had light heavyweight title.
The Cruiser. Right.
He's
I
talking
know
about light
guys. I
heavyweight to
know guys
heavyweight.
have jumped
He's
from light
talking
heavy to
about
heavy.
guys. He's talking about guys who went from light heavy to cruiser.
And
I
then
Modern
brought up
era.
Mora. I
Oh,
brought up Mora
I'm talking modern
because
era
wait.
though.
I brought up Mora because he went past cruiser. He
yeah,
went to
Yeah, I
heavyweight.
mean
Yeah, Moore was a
you can go.
beast at light heavyweight,
Yeah,
though,
no,
man.
no. But what I'm saying is, as the norm, we're naming like the tippy top
extreme.
of fighters. I'm
Yeah.
talking. All right, a guy's like, all right, I can't make the weight no more. I'm gonna move up.
No,
The average Joe is
No,
not going from light
not a
heavy
lot
to
of guys
cruiser.
do it.
No, but that's what
No.
I'm saying. Yeah.
no.
Not a
It's
lot of
not.
guys
It's not
do it.
because of the gap. It's they need to make cruiserweight 190 again, and especially if they're gonna do this bridgerweight shit, man. You need to make
Bro,
cruiserweight
I'm
190
tired of
again.
no, because I'm tired of them fucking around too, like Bridger weight, Super Cooper
But
Duper,
think about it,
Mini
guys.
Cooper weight. Like, what
If
the
you have
fuck?
When
if
did
it
it
was
stop
190,
being
think about it.
190?
If it was 190, that's only that's a lot better than 25 pounds. That's 15. Going from 175 to 190 is a whole lot easier. That's 10 pounds.
Hey
That's a
Nissan,
lot.
when
Listen,
did it stop
let me
being
read the super
190?
chat. Better Beef would stay. He's saying if Better Beef beats Bivol, Better Beef would stay to fight Canelo at 175. Look, I'm a big Canelo fan.
He would
Everybody
never
knows
fight
that shit.
Artur.
Oh
But
He
I
my
would
don't have
never
God.
no
fight
fucking
Artur.
illusions. I
Fuck
don't have
no.
no illusions about what happens if little Canelo tried to fight Artur.
He
Man,
gets
So
knocked
little
the
Okay.
fuck out.
Canelo.
Canelo.
If
No, no,
if
no.
Bro,
Hang
just
on.
knock the fuck
if
out.
Bivol wins, he
There's
will
a
fight
reason.
Bivol.
There is a reason Canelo chose to fight the drunk and the super middleweight posing as a light heavyweight and not Beterbiev. There's a reason he did that.
Well, no, that's no.
Wait,
See,
what?
that's no. Wait a minute.
That's totally
Let's
too
not
much.
do. No. Espérese un momento. That was proximity, bro. He fought Bivol because I'm working with Matchroom. They have him. It's proximity. If he would have had to deal with Top Rank, and I remember what Bob said. Canelo works with people that are willing to pay him more money than we are.
That's
That's
great
what Bob
impersonation.
said.
That's a great
That's right,
impersonation,
Bob.
by the way.
That is
That's
right,
what
Bob.
Bob said.
I mean, yeah,
That makes sense. Like, yeah, Artur got more belts, but you would have to jump into bed with Top Rank to
I
get
mean,
that fight.
all right, fuck all that shit, man. That Canelo would be a fool to fight Artur for real, man. He
I'm
would
not
get.
even but just the idea that he chose the lesser of two
No, it
evils
is
in
no. It's
Bivol.
just that's
No,
it's
Yeah,
Bivol was
Jason, you're
there.
high.
Get the
it's
fuck
not
out
even
of
it's
here.
not even
Jason,
about
you're
With
it's
your
drunk.
not
Yeah,
even
Gatorade
about
banner,
Jason.
boy
You
ass.
ain't getting
Talking
no
all that
argument
shit.
out of most of us about that.
no,
Because
yeah.
the
I mean,
way
yeah,
Canelo
it's
was
not
going
even
to fight be
it's not
better.
even about Canelo. Oh, he's scared of it. No, that's stupid. It's about what's easier to make and makes more logical sense. Obviously, B-ball was easier and Kovalev was easier, but if you're
He
talking
was there,
about
but
Canelo
not
fighting
just
Artur,
easier. They were there. No, wait, no, stop the shit. They were there when he fought Kovalev. Kovalev had some kind of shit with Golden Boy. Just he entered a deal with Golden Boy to make the Canelo fight. Canelo was still with Golden Boy at that time, if you
no, it
guys
made more
remember.
business sense.
Yeah, and the proximity that you would have to. I've never seen Canelo do nothing with Top Rank, bro.
No, he hasn't.
Nothing, bro.
No. That there's no. The Artur fight never was there politically, and it never made sense. The only time it would make sense is if he would have beat B-ball and stayed at 75 and some Saudi shit. That's the
Yeah.
only way. Never gonna happen. No,
Yeah.
people need to. I don't think Canelo will ever fight at light heavy again. He should never fight at light heavy again.
I don't think he should.
He should
That
not.
would be
Too much
bro.
weight.
That would be like asking Chocolatito to go to fucking like at 118. And like, bro, come on, Chocolatito, you don't belong. You know you don't belong up there, bro.
That's
Okay?
too
mean,
much weight for Canelo.
118.
His frame is too small
That's
to
super
carry
light.
that much weight.
It's like
I don't
if
even.
Mike.
I don't even know about that part. It's mostly he's just not meant to fuck with those guys, man. That's really it.
Yeah, they're too big, man.
Ah, man, he doesn't
It's
have
not
the
even
same
about too big
speed,
because him and
the
Bivol
same
barely.
stamina.
It's not, man. It's
Him
not.
and Bivol.
Bro, Canelo is not a big person, right?
No.
That's why
He's
I give him credit.
5'8".
That's why I
5'7".
give him
It's not
credit
about
for
the height.
Kovalev.
It's about
He
No,
the
started at
espérese un momento,
140.
espérese un momento, canto de cabrones, que ese mismo viejo Kovalev que le dio esa salsa, that Kovalev would have beat Andre. I know. Listen, Isan, let's cut the shit.
Kovalev would have beat
Let's
the
cut
fucking shit out
the
of Andre.
shit.
Andrade,
Yeah, he
Andrade,
would.
Demetrius.
He
Andre
wouldn't,
fucking
but yeah,
sucks
but I mean,
ass.
but he don't belong at no 175
No,
either.
He don't
I'm just
belong
saying.
nowhere.
I'm
Andre
just
fucking
saying that
sucks.
I don't like this shit. I don't like this shit that people are like, oh, Kovalev was this. That Kovalev that he fought, he would have beat Andre. He would have beat Plant. Yes, he would have
He
beat
would have beat Charlo.
He would have
Yeah.
beat Plant.
But I
He would
mean,
have
you're
beat
talking, but you're talking
Jamal
about
Charlo's
guys that
bitch
aren't that
ass.
haven't even proved shit in their own division. So
That's not
No,
the
it's
point
just
I'm making. That
it's
if
just
my point is this, why you
mm,
got Benavidez fans? They're going fucking crazy. They're,
yeah, I
they're
hear you.
jerking off because Benavidez beat Andre. And all I'm telling you is, look, Kovalev could have beat that Andre. So calm the
Yeah,
fuck
you can't.
down.
The thing is,
Andre
you can't.
fought bombs, and bombs gave him trouble.
You
He
can't.
fought C-level fighters. Andre was a C-minus
Andre
fighter.
was a
You.
He
C
fucking
level
The thing
fighter.
is,
sucked,
you can't be a fan of David and then criticize the guys that Canelo's fighting. It don't make no damn sense.
But that's
But
what
if you're
they're doing.
no, I know,
That's
and
exactly what they're doing.
Exactly.
I think that they're talking on a turn. But on the other hand, if you're in a observable, objective, and you say good win for Canelo because the weight jump, but was not the best Kovalev, fair to say, and I leave it at that. Good win because the weight. I'm more impressed with the weight jump than anything else, honestly. Going
So
from
what
175
weight?
always
No, wait a
impressive
minute.
to
Now,
me.
wait a minute,
What?
guys. We're going to shift the focus a little
Yeah.
bit because I got to grab my coffee off the stove. I'm going to leave y'all with this. We saw my man. This is my man. I love watching this dude, Christian Mobility. You know,
Oh, yeah, just
mixed.
first time I saw him fight. Yeah.
Right. Christian Mobility's very strong guy, pressure guy, mid-range guy, inside guy. What I'm gonna leave y'all with the question, and I'm gonna start with Lady Chan. Who do you think he beats at 168? Who do you think he doesn't beat at 168?
I feel that he beats Caleb Plant at 68. I feel like he could even beat what's the other Caleb?
Definitely beats
The other
Demetrius
Caleb.
Andre's bum
The
ass at 168.
Caleb
Yeah.
Truax?
Yeah.
What the fuck he do to you?
He washes his who
You
doesn't he?
fuck your bitch or something? Jesus Christ.
Who doesn't he beat?
I don't think he
Nobody.
beats Morel or Benavidez, to be
I
honest.
don't think so either. I think Mobility's getting a little bit. He's good what he does, but Morel, nah. He gets worked over by David bad, and Morel beats his ass too, man.
Morel beats the fuck out of Mobility. And
Hey,
Yeah,
and Billy will beat Berlanga. He'll fuck him up.
Oh, come on, that's
So
not
he
even
beats Ryder. He beats
Morel.
Plant.
Morel's a
Berlanga.
completely
man.
wrong style from
Super
Mobility.
middleweight is thin, man. It's not.
What about
Berlanga is like the Rolly Romero of the fucking like.
what about
Super
Jaime
middleweight.
Munguia?
Oh my
Does he
god,
beat Jaime?
hell yeah,
Yeah.
man.
He
Oh
beat
my
the
Yeah.
shit
god.
out of him. Yes.
Yeah, Andre. He beats Andre. No offense, Isan.
Well, Andrade's going back to.
I mean, yeah, man.
No
He's
offense,
done.
Lisa. I'm
I-
sorry,
no,
Lisa.
Lady
I think
Chen,
he
he
should
isn't.
retire,
He isn't
finally.
Lady
Everybody
Chen.
beats
He's
Andre.
going back to
Andre should just fucking retire, bro.
He was
He
going
beats
back
No,
Zach Parker.
I mean, I'd agree. Only because like he's old, he made money. Just fucking go be with your kids, man. But I got a different relationship, so it's
So
different.
he's not going back to 160. I heard he
No,
was.
he's not. That was his manager
That's
talking.
stupid.
But
Yeah.
Andrade
No.
himself came out on Twitter.
No,
and
not
said,
even.
like,
No, that wasn't his. That was his fucking. That was Andre.
Whoever
I don't think he
it
can make that
was,
weight cut
Andrade
again.
himself, whoever it was, Andrade himself said, "Nah, I'm staying at 168. It's just that Benavidez was too big."
Retire. He needs to just
Well,
retire.
Nah, he's
He's
going to
not.
160 though, like for sure. Go ahead.
Big. I always felt that he should, after that loss, he should have just really gone back to 160.
I mean,
he
it's
is.
tough because he's old now and he can't cut that weight, man. He's already was struggling before, so.
But he
No,
doesn't, but he doesn't bang hard enough at 168.
No, yeah,
Lady Chen,
that's
Lady
why I'm
Chen.
saying retire. That's
No,
what he
but
should
hang on,
retire.
Lady Chen. The reason why he's at 168 to begin with is because he's running from Yanni back.
Yeah.
So he can't go back.
Stop.
No. Well,
And
he
then
has
he
no
ran from
choice,
Parker
Jason. He has
and
no
fucked
damn
that
choice.
up.
Wait. Let me ask you. Wait. He ran from Parker to fight Benavidez.
Mm-hmm.
He ran from
Yeah, he fucked
everybody.
that up.
Literally.
He ran
Danny
from Parker
Jacobs?
to fight Benavidez. Really?
No. The Benavidez shit was the last resort.
Eson,
Yeah,
don't
wasn't.
fucking.
No,
Eson,
no,
don't
let me-
fucking do that.
He had nothing else
Eson,
to
don't
do.
fucking do that.
Anything else he would have done,
Bro,
nobody
one
would
at
have
a
given a
time.
shit
No,
about.
wait.
It was
Cut
either
the shit.
Morel or
Cut the shit. Cut the shit. You fucked up the Parker fight. You didn't have a choice. Who the fuck else was gonna give you money? You fucked up the Parker fight.
And he
If
fucked
you
up
if
the
you
Yanni Bet fight.
let me say something. If you think he was going to 68 and he went to PBC and he didn't have in mind that he was going to fight David, you're out of your mind.
That's not the point. Before it became about PBC, you fucked up the Parker deal,
Yeah, he did.
No, I'm no no
Which
I'm
would
no
have been
I'm
a much
telling you
easier
before.
fight.
No, I'm
which would
telling
have
you.
been a much easier fight than that
No,
shit.
Which I wouldn't
it
even
would
know
have
he
been
would
an
have won
easier
that
fight.
because he fucking sucks.
And if
It
we
would
gonna
have been.
be real, this my shit. That
Mhm.
by all rights, for motherfucking Andre Rosier sitting here talking about, yeah, man, I want him to go to 60. I want him to go back to 60. Well, then your ass should have never left. You should have fought fucking Yanni back. Why you on your driveway?
I'd
Why
agree.
you on your driveway talking about some Chris Eubank?
Yeah, that
Why?
shit was wild. That shit was wild.
That's
Yeah.
my point. They're like, yo, dog, you fucked that shit up. By all rights, it should have never even became about Parker. I said, yo, go to Top Rank. Tell him, your boy need opponents. I'll fight your boy, but you got to make
I
me,
agree.
you got to make me a deal. You got to make me a deal where we do business if I beat him. Because then you have a reason to do it. You could have got a 7-figure payday as a defending champion if you would have fought Yanni back. You didn't
I
do
agree.
that.
I agree.
Don't
Mhm.
tell
And
the
I said
world.
that. I
Don't
was
tell
out
the
here saying it
world.
with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna fight Parker, and then you don't fight Parker. The Benavidez shit was a last resort because well, who
Yeah,
the fuck else you gonna
you
fight,
gonna
bro?
fight? Yeah, nobody.
Nobody. He had no more
Nobody.
resort. He fucked
Hey,
everything
Jules,
up.
we got another super chat from Edwin too.
All right, shout out to my man, Mr. Calderon. I read that one. Let me see the next one. Did I miss one? Yeah, I missed one. I just seen it. Shout out to my man Edwin Castillo. Jules, there's a story that they sent Artur an offer before Kovalev and Better Beef team said they were busy. Any truth to that? There might be,
Cap.
because that's when this is the thing.
Cap.
Don't get it in your head that Artur is afraid of these people. Artur was in bed with Ivan Michel when Kovalev was still around, right? And Ivan Michel was in bed with the PBC. So
Mhm.
I could believe that the people at HBO did send some shit, and Ivan, because he's in bed with with Showtime and the PBC, there's probably like, nah, we busy. We
Mm,
busy. We don't want that.
yeah, it's a possibility.
No, Julius, he's talking about I think he's
Well,
talking about
Remember,
Canelo sending Archer.
oh, you talking about Canelo? Yeah. I heard
That was
about
cap,
that.
man. That was.
I
I
no,
mean, Archer
it's
seemed
not. No. Let me
no,
finish, bro.
no.
It's not that I don't think Canelo inquired. I think he inquired, but it's just the conversation, bro. That's all it is. Like people take things in boxing, whatever little bit they hear, and they just run with it. If you asking me, do I think Artur ducked Canelo? No, dog.
No,
No.
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 That was
Absolutely
before
not. I
Canelo
don't
fought
think that.
Bivol, so
He'd be the dumbest motherfucker ever if he did some shit like that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
like,
that's
I
is that
think
what is
he
that what we walk around these streets telling us? Yeah, Artur ducked Canelo.
yeah, that's just a silly narrative.
Julius, you know what it is? I think folks hear about we reached out means we sent an offer. It's
To
not
make-
that's not the same thing at all. We reached
Yeah,
out to be like,
like
hey,
you
well,
might have asked. You might have asked about him. You know, you might maybe Canelo asked about him. But yeah, come on, like a lot of things got to happen for a fight to get done. And I don't think for a motherfucking second, Artur sitting in Canada biting his nails. Oh shit,
oh
Canelo want to fight me?
yeah.
Oh no.
especially as his debut fight in the weight too.
No.
Come on.
Julius, the big one is Julius, the big one is coming, bro. February 17th, man. Alexis,
Fury, real motherfucking quiet. That
Yeah.
motherfucker real quiet.
Julius, we about to send Alexis to the Shadow Realm, man.
Bro, you know what? What angers me about Alexis is, bro, you really only doing that because Top Rank signed him. That's it. If that motherfucker was over there with Ben, you wouldn't give a fuck about his ass. You wouldn't be trying to say all this bullshit. You only acting like that because that's a silly reason to think that a fighter is great. Look, Berlanga is shit at Top Rank where he's shit at Matchroom, bro, because he is shit.
Yeah,
All right,
That
wherever
dude's
he
like
go.
that dude's not getting paid by Top Rank, is he? Because he sure does hug nuts like he's on Top Rank.
Bro, I hope so.
God damn
I
it,
hope
he
Man,
he's
just
listen,
getting
rides.
paid.
I love Alexis. I've loved Alexis for years in this, YouTube, Facebook, whatever. Hilarious, but man, I cannot wait for Usyk to clean this dude up. I'm gonna be
me
like,
too.
damn, bro.
I mean, Alexis. I mean, here's the thing. I know I said talk shit about Tony Bellew earlier, but at least he's getting paid by Matchroom when he sucks their cock. Like Alexis, come on, bro.
Nah, come on.
Let me go. Let me go to the only. Let me go to the
Yes,
only
yes,
Brit.
yes.
The only Brit on the panel, Lady Chan. Are you annoyed by the insinuations that Tony Beluga is making about young Artur Beterbiev?
Yeah, it's ridiculous because in the commentary, in the commentary, he had Callum like what neck and neck with Arthur the first two rounds, and when he thought Callum was ahead, there was nothing that he was insinuating about the juice. As soon as the tide changed, he's out there talking about the juice, and all of this. So you don't give Tony Bellew, you don't take him with a pinch of salt. He's just mad bias in every angle that it can be. And Liverpudlians are very tribal here in the UK. So they'll go against knowledge and rationale and logic. And you can root for your own person, but just do the star for star matchup. You knew there was no way that fucking Callum was ahead on the cards or neck on neck with fucking Beterbiev.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Shout out to George. What weights would change to super middleweight at 170, at light heavyweight 180, cruiserweight at either 190 or 210? P.S. Should there be a super heavyweight division past 300 pounds? No, because I don't know. Because I don't want to see people that weigh more than 300 pounds fighting. That's people like Jarrell Miller that have limited range of motion. They can barely get any snap. There's no snap on Jarrell Miller's punches if you look at him. He has to turn his whole body to throw the goddamn punch. I don't want to see people that big fighting.
Yeah, we talk about fat guys and how fat guys can fight, but there's a difference between fat and rotund. Like
and obese. He has his own gravitational pole, bro. It's a little moon circling that fat motherfucker.
It's like a sumo wrestler. He'd rather be good in sumo wrestling.
Hey Julius, I don't think we're gonna see a Fury Usyk 2. By the way, I think
no, me neither. I don't think there's gonna bro. I literally been saying it. I literally been saying in every video. If Fury loses, I honestly believe he retires.
I think he rematches Ngannou and goes for AJ after AJ beats Ngannou.
Yeah.
Because think about
that's
it.
still a huge fight.
Think about
and
it.
Hey, motherfucker. AJ gonna clean that motherfucker up.
Oh, easily, yeah.
If you do it.
Look, here's
dude. After the AJ fight, he retires. I'll tell you that right now.
No, I think after the Usyk.
Listen. Look, Fury is not retiring without getting that bag. That is a huge fight, no matter how many times.
It's a huge fight.
Listen, this is the timeline. Okay, Usyk beats Fury. They don't rematch. Usyk defends versus Govic, and he might retire.
Usyk is gonna retire after that fight.
I think he'll fight Govic. I think he'll defend.
What are your chances?
Bro, he signed to a soccer team, and he supposed to be playing with them or some shit.
Yeah, that was a year and a half ago. I was like, it's like a little part-time league, man. It's not like some.
Bro, look, bro, put it this way. I wholeheartedly believe, right? This how it go down. If Usyk win, right, he gonna wait to see what Fury gonna do. He gonna wait, and if Fury don't if he don't take the rematch clause, if he don't activate that shit, all right, y'all, it's been real. I made a lot of money.
I think he fights
y'all.
I think he fights Govic.
For what, bro?
Saudi don't retire, bro. Defending his titles.
Oh, stop it! Stop it!
Here's
the thing,
bro. Let me
say this real quick.
One at a time.
Let me say this real quick. You're right, Jules. Fury AJ is a big fight. It's such a big fight. Usyk better not let this get to the cards, bro, or at least make it real.
I don't disagree
obvious.
with you. I don't disagree with you, but I'll say this: that if that were the case and they were in the business of robbing people, they could have robbed AJ for Usyk in the second fight, but they didn't. They could have robbed Usyk.
It wasn't close enough to rob him.
It wasn't close enough for robbery.
It wasn't close enough to rob him.
Bro, we seen worse robberies. We seen robberies in more one-sided situations than that one.
Remember the second one?
Sure, but
remember the second one was still rematch, still split decision.
So that was wild, man. That shit was so clearly. That was wild, man.
Jules, what's your chances of?
Yeah.
What's your chances of AJ beating Fury after the Usyk fight?
I'm telling you right now, my dude. Like I know that I'm probably in a minority when I say this. I always felt AJ would beat Fury.
Me too. I've been saying
Even
that.
Fury,
even before.
I'm telling you that I don't
Okay.
think Fury is good. I'm not trying to say he's a piece of trash. Fury is good, but he is not what they say he is. Like, bro, y'all acting like he's sugar Fury on the
Yeah,
sugar foot. Like,
yeah.
nah, y'all bugging out. Like, oh yeah, he the
Nah.
greatest.
I'll say this, Jules.
Stop.
I'll say this: the AJ we saw against Wallin, I give a better chance of winning that fight because before that he kind of had the whole stiff thing going, a
Right.
little predictable.
Bro,
His
and
hands
I'm
were
telling
fast. His
no,
combinations were clean.
and I disagree with you because people call AJ robotic as opposed to who? Daniel Dubois, Joe Joyce,
Yeah, come on.
Deontay Wilder,
Yeah.
No,
AJ
they were all
robotic.
robotic. They were all robotic. That's
No,
why
it's not
Fury
even
had
that.
an
It's
advantage over that.
AJ's not robotic. That's the thing.
my point was. Thank you, Chan. Took the word. He not robotic. Fuck is y'all talking? Fury with his flimsy ass flick jab that ain't got shit on it. You big for nothing, my dude. I always thought that about your ass. I
Yeah.
thought that shit in 2015. I
And
still think that shit. You 6'8" of cotton candy, you motherfucker.
Starburst.
Always thought that shit.
Julius.
Motherfucker,
Julius.
wild big.
Julius. Listen. Fury rematch. Ngannou beats Ngannou easier. AJ fucking fights Fury and beats
Knocks him
Fury,
out.
and that's it. Huh?
Knocks him out. AJ
Probably.
knocks him out.
Because think about it, Usyk. Because to me, Usyk is gonna put hands on Fury. He may not stop him, but I think Usyk is gonna damage Fury with
I
volume.
think it's
And he's
gonna
gonna
be
finish
one-sided,
him off.
son.
One side.
Bro,
I think it's
I've been
gonna be
saying it,
one-sided.
Julius. Me and you have. I remember 2 years ago. Me and you were on here. It was after the first AJ fight. I remember, and you and I both said, I think you agreed with me. I said I think he's gonna feint Fury too much, and he's gonna just like his volume and feints are gonna throw Fury completely off, and you might see like a 10-2 complete washing, and that's
Yes.
gonna that will listen. The demoralization that does to you and a
Yeah.
guy like Fury who's already mentally fragile,
Right.
Usyk might really break him mentally
I'll
completely.
tell you.
And
Look,
in
I'll
fact,
tell you. Go ahead, Chan.
yeah, no, I was just agreeing with Isan.
No, yeah. I'll say, I think Usyk versus Fury is gonna be one-sided. I could
Yep.
see a knockdown. I can see Usyk knocking him down. I'm like, I don't know why y'all keep acting like he's Sugar Fury, or the
Right.
Marvelous
Yeah.
Fury, the Marvelous Marvin Fury. Like,
Or
I don't.
Fury
know.
Hands
Feels
up,
like
hands up, Fatesa.
fan. You lot, they think he's Thomas Iron.
Usyk is way too
Honestly,
precise, man. He's way too
to me
precise, man.
it's crazy, and they don't want to admit it, but I know it's the truth. Y'all hypocrite ass motherfuckers was not saying none of this shit when he beat Klitschko. Y'all started riding dick because he beat the American.
Wilder.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's because y'all silly ass motherfuckers really believe Bambi legs is something. That dude ain't nothing. He
Hey,
ain't shit.
Julius, you want to know what's funny? They give people give Vlad so much shit about his run. If you give Wilder that same run, they call him a top 5 heavyweight ever.
Nah, this dude that can't beat Joseph Parker. You get out of here, B. Like you couldn't beat Joseph Parker.
Bro,
Get
Julius,
outta here.
listen. I want you. I want to see Zane versus Wilder so fucking bad. Don't you understand
He's
that
not
shit,
gonna
man?
take that fucking
I know he's
fight,
not gonna
dog.
take that fight,
Nobody
but I want to
dumb
see.
over there.
I want.
You
I
ain't
want to
nobody
see.
dumb over there, bro. That dude don't
I.
eat Chinese
I
food,
know.
bro.
I want to see. I want to see that overhand left send Wilder to
Bro,
fucking
Wilder
sand,
versus Mark Demori. Book it.
man.
That's the
Yeah,
fight. Wilder
They're
versus
gonna.
Junior Fa. Book it.
you got the
Nah, they're gonna do.
retirement
They're gonna
fight
do
for
Wilder
Wilder.
Jules,
versus Caballero.
Junior Foss too live a body for Wilder.
Bro, nah. Look, they're
You
gonna
right.
do
Wilder
That's a
versus
50-50 fight.
Wilder
Caballero.
Caballero or
Yep.
Tony.
Nah, he'll fuck.
Don't
He'll
no,
fuck around, lose
wait,
to
you
Caballero.
motherfuckers, wait, you mother.
He'll fuck around, lose
Don't
to
put him in there
Caballero.
with Caballero.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he'll fuck
Caballero
around, and
will
get
beat him.
outboxed.
That's
He'll
why I
get
want.
Put
outboxed
him in there with
actually.
Caballero. I shout out to Michael. I told your ass Caballero he's all right. I'm not saying he's Sugar Caballero. I
Yeah,
told his ass
Julius,
he's
the thing
all
is,
right. Don't
they
sleep.
he's
they
alright.
Real question.
The Saudis want to give Wilder a fight to win, but at the same time they want to give him a fight
What
where they
fight
want
is
to
he gonna
Real
win?
exactly.
that's my
That's
question
the
though.
problem.
Like real talk. Who in the heavyweight division that's anyone we wanted to see against he can beat now?
They
Listen,
took the Char fight from you know what you could have did? Wilder versus Char. What
I got a
happened?
fight they could do. I'm not saying it's what you want to see. Do Wilder Ruiz.
Wilder
No,
Ruiz.
nah.
Nah, Ruiz would
You
beat
know
him.
what? Do you
Ruiz
know
is gonna end him
why?
too.
Ruiz
Nah,
might beat
nah.
him, bro.
He might, but I mean, shit.
He does.
When's the last time Ruiz fought?
That's
No,
the point. We want to
that would
see
be
Wilder
another
get his
common,
ass beat to
that would be
retire.
another common
No,
opponent.
I'm saying if
I
you
remember Wilder laughed
Yeah.
when he got beaten by Ruiz. Wilder won't take that risk now, getting
Listen,
beat by
I-
Ruiz.
if you
I
want to do a fight
Chan.
that's
I tell you what,
somewhat
Chan.
Mhm.
I hope he do fight Ruiz, so Ruiz could whoop his ass and karma could come full. You was
Yeah.
talking shit. Remember, you was talking shit
Mhm.
when
Every-
AJ
Yeah.
lost to him.
Yeah.
So the full circle. Go ahead, fight Ruiz, Bambi. I
Mm.
bet you lose. I
Yeah.
bet you lose.
I've been saying that.
man,
he
that
would
dude
have
should that's the guy that should retire, man.
Ruiz is a lot of
Look, to
shit.
me,
Ruiz is a lot of shit, but he is a better boxer than you.
fighter.
He
he
is.
is. But the problem
He
with Ruiz is he is very undisciplined as well and very, very inactive too. man.
Extremely.
I'm not saying that Wilder guaranteed wins, but I'm saying that's a fight where it's a balance of name notoriety with enough winnableness to where it's interesting. It is.
I-
interesting.
Yeah, Ruiz actually so undisciplined that Fury, instead of talking shit about AJ, he talked shit about Ruiz, saying, "I know for a fact AJ is gonna beat him in the rematch. I've been hearing shit about that fat motherfucker."
Man,
like,
listen,
damn.
Julian.
No.
to me-
See,
Okay,
no,
wait,
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 wait, wait,
wait a minute. Wait. You better wait. Shut the fuck up. That's not what Fury said. Fury said AJ should retire and his career is over. Ruiz is
No,
gonna
that's
knock
what he
him out
said initially.
again.
That's what he said initially. Hang on, brother. That's what he said initially. I will agree with you. But then it was when they were talking about, I think it was was it the second Wilder fight or the third? It was the second Wilder fight rematch. Someone passed Fury by talking shit about Ruiz, and he immediately turned to, I think it was Max Kellerman or Kriegel, and said, "Oh, I've been hearing shit about how he's been doing how he's been partying all the time. AJ's going to knock him out." So it was one of those things where
Man,
he initially did
Fury's
exactly
always
what he
talking
did.
shit, man. Why are we quoting
He
Tyson
is.
Fury?
He
Okay,
is.
okay, wait.
Go ahead, Leo.
Before,
Leo.
before you were trying to find Wilder an opponent to get back on the mix, right? And you were talking about Andy Ruiz. That's what happened. You were trying
I said do Ruiz if you want to do some interesting match that's kind of winnable. Because he can lose to anybody, bro.
Okay, Andy Ruiz is the other one that cannot beat Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Nope.
No, it's losing. Maybe it's up.
Ruiz. Yeah.
But he could lose to anybody is what I'm saying, basically.
Bro, like I said, I told y'all, listen, I told
Turgovi.
Turkey, wait, listen to me.
No.
Listen to
Turgovi,
me.
yeah.
Listen to me.
Turgovi ain't shit.
Bro, okay? Listen to me. Y'all missed the opportunity. I told y'all get Wilder Manuel Chaw for the WBA Reggie. That's the one fight you could win. Now, Pulev done snatched his ass up and they're fighting in Bulgaria. Other than that, and I don't agree with you, Leo, Hergovic is shit, but Wilder's more shit and old.
Hergovic gonna punch the shit out of Wilder's fucking neck, man.
Yeah.
He gonna rabbit punch the shit out of Wilder, bro.
Look, listen, at the end,
We're
at
gonna
the
see
end
the
of the day,
best.
At the end of the day, the best two heavyweights of the era will be the two guys that already fought each other twice, Usyk and AJ. Those will go down as the two best heavyweights because Usyk would have wins over AJ and Fury. AJ will have wins over Fury. Fury, you know, most of the guys he's already beaten the top 10 already.
Think about it,
and he's gonna add Ngannou and he'll probably add Zhang. He might beat Zhang.
If you think about it, Wilder losing to Ruiz potentially, like for example, Wilder losing to Parker hurt who he is in this era in a way where, bro, you're not in the top 5. How could you be? You can't be in the top 5. There's no way.
Hell no, because Parker wasn't even top 10. He was like 9.
Exactly. Everybody know. Andy arguably beat Parker, but if we go off of what's on paper, like we gotta rank Parker above Andy, and Andy beat Joshua, who's better than anybody on your fucking resume. So maybe you in the top 7, right? Top 7 maybe, but you can't be in the top 5. There's no way.
I mean, to me, I think to me, the blinds are coming off on this era. I think a lot of the hyperbole and the hype jobness is starting to fall off of all these. Really Fury. It's really Fury and Wilder because they. First of all, you two motherfuckers use each other to hide out from the real fighter in the division.
And now it's
anyways.
backlash.
And now Usyk came along and just swept this whole shit up. He came along and said, "All right, fuck all this shit. I'm the real motherfucker here. Let me take all your belts."
Yeah. Come full circle now. I said it. 2023 is like the year of the expose. Everybody been exposed last year, and they're gonna be continued to be exposed this year. And then
I'm almost convinced that when they talked to Usyk about moving up to heavyweight, he just took a look at videos of everybody and going, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Bro, Usyk said he was watching these heavyweights before he even fought for Undisputed at cruiserweight.
For years, yeah.
He said because remember,
that's why he said moving up wasn't a problem for him.
Yeah, he said he always knew he'd end up at heavyweight, and he said he knew it would be Fury in the end because he said years ago Fury was the best. Now whether he actually is,
I think he's look. Fuck what he said and fuck that shit. If you lose that Usyk fight, Fury, if you lose that fight, you ain't top 3. No, you're not. You're not top 3.
Yeah, you're not.
Of the era?
No.
You're top 5. You're maybe like number 4.
Let me tell you why.
Who's top
before
3?
I go smoke this cigarette, let me tell you why. The top 3 will be Usyk, AJ, Andy. Why? Andy beat AJ. Fury, you beat Wilder. Beating Wilder's not bigger than beating AJ. You can't use Klitschko. You could argue, you beat Klitschko. AJ beat Klitschko though.
Yeah,
I know he did it later, but AJ beat. That's a name y'all both got. Y'all both got that name.
So would you put Joseph Parker?
He is top. No, shut the fuck up. He is top 5, but not top 3. No, if you lose to Usyk, fam.
I disagree.
Based on resume, where
you can't. I don't think you have any
Parker
top
be
3.
top 5 then as well. Parker would be.
I would say this. The way it looks to me. Maybe I'm being a little drastic.
No, you are.
You are being a little bit drastic.
I'm not gonna hold you, fam. Like, Andy, come on, man.
Wait a minute. I tell you what. I tell your ass what. You ain't in the top 2, you motherfucker.
Facts.
You ain't in the top 2.
Yo, well, Julius, you know
I will agree with that.
You said Andy. I was like, he lunching. I said he lunching.
I will agree with Jules there. Because Fury did such damage with that Ngannou fuckery that he either beats Usyk and he's number 1, or he loses and he's number 3. Like he's done too much damage.
I got a question for you guys. If Fury loses against Usyk, right? Does he even get the AJ fight after that?
Yeah,
he could. It's still a lot of cash. Money talks.
Of course,
money talks,
bro. That fight is gonna happen. There's that fight.
2025.
Fury could get knocked out by Usyk twice. That shit is happening, bro.
It is happening.
That fight,
country. It is in 2025. In the coming year, that's still a major fight. The Brits don't care about an O, bro. You think they give a fuck? They don't care about an O over there. It's about seeing y'all get down. That's what it's about.
And the Saudis want it too, bro. They don't give a fuck.
Same with Mexico.
Remember, after all them fucking years, people still showed up for Brook versus Khan. After all them years,
you're right. It is in Britain, so I mean, it's not like it's here in America.
And the thing is, bro, when they do fight, if it is 2025, at that point, Usyk may be retired. One of them belts are gonna get snagged up by AJ along the way. Whether it's this year or next year, AJ's gonna end up with that IBF title. Maybe a fight or 2 down the line after Usyk, maybe. But he'll end up with the title there, so it'll be for a title too.
I agree.
I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. Y'all sing songs of glory.
So where would you guys rank Joseph Parker then? Like, because of his resume, is he top 5 heavyweight, top 10 heavyweight? What is
top
it?
10?
Top 10. Yeah.
Top 10 easy. I think Parker would have been top 10 without Wilder of this era, to be honest.
Yeah. Fuck
because I mean, you got to think about this era. Past Vladimir, the era it's been a 3-headed dragon for the whole era basically after that.
But let's be real clear about this era, or at least that generation. Let's not talk about the upcoming guys.
Okay.
How many of them are like objectively way better than Derek Chisora?
They are.
Dillian White was like 50-50.
Yeah.
Pulev was 50-50. Parker was 50-50.
Bro, heavyweight. Bro, I think heavyweight is kind of a little bit more depth version of light heavyweight. Light heavyweight, two clear guys of the era. That's really been it. Heavyweight has been three. Right now it's two, but really it's been three guys the whole time. Whether it's Usyk in that mix, or it was Fury, AJ Wilder, or now it's Fury, AJ Usyk. Now it's Fury, Usyk. It's been light heavyweight with an extra guy probably, and then everybody else.
It's
Yeah,
why
and
for
they have
years when
reckoning.
I was just blind Fury fandom, I always got on everybody's case. They told me that AJ's resume was better. I'm like, it's all a bunch of guys who are Derek Chisora level. Now
And it's like
the
it's
Ngannou
been,
fight. Now the Ngannou fight happened, and then some other stuff happened. It's like the Wilder fight happened because the only reason I equaled the Wilder Fury beating
Hype job.
Wilder and Povetkin, AJ beating Povetkin was because the fight between Wilder and Povetkin never happened. Now it's like, okay, no, yeah, AJ's got the better win because of the Povetkin. He's got the better resume.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
AJ. The thing is, AJ always had more depth to his resume. That was never a problem.
Yeah.
The problem with AJ was he never had that, that big. He never had that Vlad win. You can't compare the Vlad win Fury got to AJ got. You just can't. You can't even compare. And I know I'm not big on Wilder. Not saying that, but Wilder was 1 or 2 in the division, and Fury did clean him up. AJ doesn't have that.
Even though Fury dethroned Vlad, AJ sold 1.6 million people.
Yeah, but that's the different conversation though. We're talking about just the win, not
No,
the win.
No. The win was epic. The win was epic for the
Yeah, for sure.
AJ went down. AJ got knocked down. AJ got up and took Vlad's neck off.
But that you could make the argument, Lady Chan, that is actually worse. Like I wouldn't, because I think the 2 wins are equal because it was only a year difference. But you could make the argument that it's worse because he got knocked down because it was competitive.
It's not the same because you have to admit Fury ended the long reign of Klitschko clearly, and it wasn't a good fight, but it wasn't competitive either.
No, he should have. And if you would have reversed it and put AJ fighting Klitschko before Fury, AJ would have did the same thing.
Nah, I don't know about that. I don't know.
Yeah,
about
I
that.
do.
I don't know about that. I mean, either way, all right. But we're kind of. But the thing is,
because that was the only fight that AJ mainly had in his career.
But we're kind of getting
hold up. That was the fight that AJ going in his career on the 18th, 17th fight. He was the underdog. So I mean, it was a big defeat for AJ as well. That was a big win for AJ. That was a massive.
No, it was, but
the difference between AJ and Fury harps on about it all throughout his career because he didn't fought no one else. AJ mentions it and keeps it pushing because he's beat everybody else.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. You know, Kabul Pot still leaving me messages on Twitter. I don't know if y'all seen that shit earlier.
You were going at him hard today, man. What
Bro,
the fuck?
I be trying.
Who doesn't buy another suit?
That dude is weird.
Yo, honestly, like it's like some real y'all remember John Lennon how he got shot? It just feel like that. Like yo, that dude.
Who's that?
It's this dude. I'm not even exaggerating. In one picture, he looked like I don't know, maybe 5'5", and then as the pictures get more recent, he really gets smaller like that. What's that TV show with that little ass man and he don't got no neck? Little ass man, Big Ed, he don't got no neck. It's like some shit
90
like
Day
that.
Fiance.
Yo, it's like some shit like that. Like yo, the dude really. And then I seen I'm like, bro, how you talking all this crazy shit and you little with a cane, my dude? Like, what's the matter with you? I just checked my Twitter. He's still leaving me messages and shit. I'm like, yo, what's the matter with this dude?
Julius, I know I'm younger than you, but let me give you some knowledge, my boxing brother. If you entertain the clown, you become part of the circus.
Yeah.
You right. I had my fun.
Julius, and remember what the Godfather, the GOAT, said. Lion does not concern himself with the opinion of the sheep. Leave that fucking bum be. You got a wife at the end of the day. You got a family that's waiting for you. Wife making you sandwiches. Nerf gun collection.
Well,
what's this motherfucker about?
Well, in this case, it's pork. But,
nothing. Leave that nigga alone. He ain't about shit.
Yeah, because I checked my Twitter to see what I'm like. Yo, this dude is still leaving message. Like, what's the matter with you, bro? Go get some pussy or something. Like, what's the matter with you? It's fucking Sunday, bro. Go get. Not because it's fucking. I'm like, yo, dog. Like, how much time are you spending on the internet? See, what I'm doing right now, I'm making bread right now. What are you doing right now?
At least go watch football, you
Julius,
asshole, like the rest of America.
Hey man, we talking. Hey man, we talking about a lot of fat dudes right now. Let's Let's minus 120 pounds.
Well, we were
That
talking
dirty
about
with
Fury.
that dirty 130, man. That dirty 130.
Listen, bro. All I'm concerned with is Kazuto Ioka versus Scrappy Ramirez. That's what I'm
Oh,
thinking. If we gonna
great
talk about
fucking fight.
the little people, I'm like, look, man, I seen
That's the only
Scrappy.
good fight.
I seen Scrappy. I seen him. I'm gonna say you alright, but I don't really know if you beat Kazuto. Look at what he did to that last dude, bro. They bring him these young guys and he tear them apart. Tear them apart.
That's good. But
Ioka's,
you know,
Ioka's
that's
brand is beating up these young up and comers. That's sort of his
he
thing
did
these
it, bro.
days.
Tanaka, Franco, even oh my
Tanaka,
god,
Centron, Franco, the last dude. It's like, yo, don't bring him no young person.
bro.
He'll whoop
Yo,
their
dude,
ass.
that straight right hand he landed that broke dude's orbital was so fucking crisp, bro.
The left hook on Tanaka. It was left hook city on Tanaka. Bing, bing,
Nah,
bing.
see,
All night.
the thing with Ioka is so up and down, inconsistent, fighting to the level of his opposition. It'll be a fun fight. It's gonna be a fun fight, but he's gonna win. He's gonna
You
beat
think
Scrappy.
Ioka's gonna start saying he's not gonna fight nobody over 25 now? Ever in
No, tú
his
sabes lo
life?
que, John, tú sabes lo que, él quiere Gallo, pero it's not gonna happen, bro. If Gallo was
Gallo no
gonna
lo
take
quiere.
that fight, it would have been last year, bro. If he were gonna take it,
What's
they're gonna
up?
offer. Wait. They're gonna offer him more money to fight with Bam, and we all know it. And Bam is gonna beat him. Bam is gonna beat him.
Fuck, bro.
Bam's gonna knock
Yeah,
his
but
ass out.
what is Strada
Nah, he's not
doing
knocking him out. He's not
right
knocking
now?
him. He's
He's
not
gonna
gonna
beat
knock
him, bro.
He's gonna beat him. He's not
Dog,
gonna knock him out.
Bam has twice the reach of Gallo. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? He's gonna.
Bam
that's
is
one
gonna
reason
fuck
he's able to
him
beat
up,
Sonny.
bro.
Listen,
I know
listen,
you know, bro.
Gallo,
I know you like Gallo, but Gallo about to get
Me?
fucked up. Quiet as kept.
me.
Yes.
No, but
Oh, I love Gallo, but I already said Bam beats him. I already
Bro,
said
you
that
see
already.
what Argy Cortez was doing to that man? Argy Cortez was lighting his ass up, bro.
But to be fair, then he goes in there with Chaco and beats him pretty clear. So he fights.
Ah,
El Strada's
viejo,
always up and down, too.
viejo. You had to rob him in the second fight. You
Okay,
had to
but
rob him
you're
in the
talking
second
about.
fight.
All right, is Archie Cortez Chocolatito level? Yes or no?
Nobody's a young guy. I mean, like
Okay,
my
then,
whole
so
thing
it's
is
just
my whole thing
Estrada's
is
always been
don't
up and down.
no, don't bring up. You can't bring up the third fight and gloss over that. Well, there was only a third fight because you got jerked Choco in the second one.
Okay, but Chaco was still okay, but Chaco was still good in that third fight. It happened. He was still good in that third fight, and Gallo beat him.
It's more like, yo, y'all must have wanted a third fight because y'all robbed the shit out of that man. That was crazy.
Well,
I was
all right.
confident. Y'all robbed the shit out of that
No,
man.
they did. But look, man, but you gotta give Gallo credit. He did beat Chalk thoroughly
In
that
the third
fight.
one, but it shouldn't
He
have been
did.
a third one.
Okay,
In the
but
third
but
one,
there-
but it shouldn't have
but
been
bro,
a
but
third
there-
one.
But there was a third one, and he won clear. So it is what it is. I'm a Chaco guy, man, but he lost. It is what it is. There should never been a third
He
one.
lost a
He
fight
won
that shouldn't have happened because he got robbed in the second one.
The streets know it's 2-1 Chaco. The streets know it's 2-1 Chaco.
I want BoxRec to know it's 2-1 Chaco.
Look, listen. If I'm Gallo would be smart to fucking take that Ioka fight and get your ass to 118. Do not fuck with Bam because you're gonna
the
lose and
four
lose bad.
The money's
okay,
gonna make.
wait.
He's
Nah,
coming
Will.
back. Wait. He's gonna get a tune-up fight. He said that. He's gonna get a tune-up fight sometime in between, I think now and April, he said. He's gonna get a tune-up fight, I think, south of the border. And then after that, the money's gonna determine where he goes. And I guarantee you, Matchroom is invested in Bam. They're gonna offer him a nice size bag, just like they did for Choco. And that's gonna be the fight, bro. Ioka versus. I wanted that fight because I wanted the guys that's accomplished, the older cats. I wanted to see them fight each other because I said it in the last. I said it in the last live. It's like Ioka exists in a parallel universe to these other people. And I know he's good, but I want to see him in there with one of these guys.
It's even
same
worse
as Inoue.
Ioka, but the thing is with Inoue is him and Junto is moving like Inoue. When Inoue left from 108, when Inoue went from 108 to 115, he wasn't able to get the 4 Kings. So after a few fights, he said, you know
because
what?
they ducked him. Say what it is. They ducked him. Say what it is.
No.
And they duck in the Ioka.
Because enough people don't know that bro, I know that y'all wanted Inoue to fight Chocolatito, but you know that it's Chocolatito who turned that down, right?
Well, to be
I
fair,
love
they offer
Chocolatito.
Choco pennies. They offer Choco pennies.
I'm not knocking Choco. Just don't tell me, Inouye's so scared of Choco.
No.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. People are too crazy. They're too they're either on Chaco's side or like, oh, Inoue duck. No, that's wrong.
No, they not
Or
on
they're on the Inoue
Choco's
side.
side. They not on Choco's side. They
No,
only
no, no. I,
using
I no,
Choco to
I'm
talk shit about Inui.
no. Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, it's not about nobody ducking anybody. It just didn't line up. 115 has been a mess for years, low key. Besides the four kings fighting each other guys getting in that fatal four way, it's been impossible. Ioka hasn't been there. Inoue didn't get there. Junto Nakatani went up there. He was talking to Gaio. He talked to Ioka, and he none
Ain't
of them.
nobody
He
gonna
moved
fight
up.
Big Junto, bro. They don't want
But
no
no,
problems with that
what I
dude,
was saying
dude.
was Junto was moving like Inoue at that stage, though. He's not wasting time in these divisions with
I'm
these
not mad
motherfuckers that are
at
not
no,
trying to
and I'm
fight
not
him.
mad at him. It's just that the
No, yeah, I
popular
know.
narrative now is Inui skipped past a very deep division
Mhm.
at 115. It's like, nah, fam. They didn't want to fight him, so he moved on. The fuck you want him to do? Just sit there
Exactly.
fighting fucking nobodies? He
He got
wanted
to
them people.
he got
Yeah.
to 115 before all of they did.
No, the thing is the thing is with Inoue, it's unfortunate because he wasn't the big name that he became at 118. If Inoue was that name at 115 at that time, he probably
Maybe
would
they
have
would have
always
fought
been
him, yeah, for the
fucking.
bread,
Yeah, of
but
course.
it's
But the
all
thing is,
about
at that
but it's
time,
about responsibility and propagating the narrative
oh
that
yeah,
these
those
are
motherfuckers are
fights.
idiots.
The
Motherfuckers
fight
are
that he
idiots.
knew he didn't want. Like what the fuck you
I
bro?
mean, Julius,
Stop it! You wasn't even watching boxing when that shit happened.
exactly.
What are you talking about?
Julius, I was gonna say most of these motherfuckers would not watch anything below 130 in 2016,
Like
man.
y'all motherfuckers wasn't watching nobody at 115 and 118 at that
Exactly.
time. Stop
Like,
lying, fam.
like, am I gonna be mad? Am I gonna be mad at Inoue for offering what he could to Chaco at the time? He offered him like what 400K. That's big money for super flies. But
Yeah,
Chaco,
Exactly.
but the
Yeah.
thing is,
it is.
Chaco was over here doing a fucking
Million.
damn near $1 million gates as a super flyweight.
Yeah.
So to most guys, that's bread. But to
Yeah.
Chaco, he was making that shit 10 fights ago. You need to
Yeah.
offer him the real bread. So no, Chaco was damn right to not take that damn money. And Inoue was like, all right, I can't waste time. It is what it is. Boom, go to
I
19. I ain't mad on that. It's nobody's fault. Nobody ducked nobody. Just didn't line up. And if you look at 115 today, it's still a fucking mess with getting dudes to fight each other. It still
You
is.
can't get that
Unless
Well,
Argentinian. You
unless
can't
the
get that
Saudis in.
Argentinian dude in the ring. The
Bro,
Argentinian dude. What's his name?
Junto couldn't get
Fernando.
him. Junto couldn't even get him. They
Bro,
talked to him too about
let me say
unification.
this. That dude career, that Argentinian kid, yeah, your career is over, bro. You're not gonna be shit. You're not gonna be
It's not.
shit.
What
It's a
time?
damn shame because he beat Ancajas twice, and he should have. If he would
And
have,
yo, and that's cool, but you letting them do that to you though,
yeah.
because you know where the fucking money is at Superfly. So what the fuck are you doing at the PBC?
And
You
the
know
thing
where the
is,
money is.
I got a
before
question for you guys, real
Go ahead,
quick.
country. Go ahead, country.
At the lower weights, if the Saudis injected some money, do you think they could get those fights done?
I
oh,
think that they
easily.
Yeah, but
look. Let's say this. There's talk that he knew he might fight in Saudi. I don't know about all these other people, but I know that he
So,
knew and they talking about sending Inui to Saudi for MJ
Yep.
after this Neary
Is,
fight.
Neri.
was that the $69 million offer thing they were talking about?
I don't
For
think it's that
MJ.
much
For
money. I
M.
don't
I
think
don't know.
it's that much.
Listen, bro. I don't know if it's that much.
Yeah, I'm
But
like, that's wild.
that's a
it's
lot.
rumor. It's
That's
rumor.
heavyweight
That's a
bread.
lot for a
That's
motherfucker that
that's
don't listen.
heavyweight
You
bread.
listen, you motherfucker. That's a lot of money for a motherfucker that only weigh 122 pounds. That's not
Anyway,
fair.
That's what people have been saying, though.
No,
You
that's
know,
cap.
I'm not
That's
saying
cap.
it's
That
true,
was
but
no.
that's
The
what
thing
people
is
have been
that I saw that post. That was a random tweet. No. You know he's gonna get paid, but he ain't, bro.
that's
69 million is AJ
Motherfucker
bread.
weigh
that's an
122.
oddly specific number, but
Exactly.
that should be the
Like,
It
first
is,
come on,
it
clue.
is. I
69 million. Like, come on now. Like, no. But
Nice.
Motherfucker weigh
the thing is,
122 pounds, bro.
and
That's crazy.
you got to think about it. Inoue is so much of a bigger name than all these guys sub 122. Chaco will never get an offer to go to Saudi like that. Estrada will
Nah.
never. They're just not big enough brands for that kind of shit, man. If Saudi wanted it, they could have had these motherfuckers fighting the fucking tournament over there 5 times by now. But there's
Yeah.
just no interest.
Them
It's
guys
gonna
don't
be
cost. Them guys don't really cost a lot of money. Like you could probably get them guys in the ring with each other. Like Ioka, look, here's $3 million for you.
oh, that's way yeah.
No,
That's
no, but
way,
you know,
yeah.
like that's what I'm saying. And
No,
like
yeah,
with
no,
6
that's
mil,
way more than they make on the regular. Give
yeah, like
Ioka
with
3
6
million for
mil, you
Gaio.
could get them dudes with 6 mil. You could get Gallo in the ring with
Bro,
Ioka, but they
Gaio
not interested in that. So it is what it is.
Gaio and Chalk got like 1.5 to 2 million for the third fight. You offered them
And that's a
motherfuckers
lot
3
of money.
million.
No,
Look,
and no,
it
and don't
is.
get it twisted. That's a lot of money for a couple of 115 pounders, even very accomplished ones. That's
Yeah.
still a lot of money for
It is.
them.
You're talking about guys like Finito Lopez making that kind of money. Besides
Yeah,
them,
like super flyweights characteristically don't make a lot of money.
No.
that's why.
Characteristically, they don't.
That's why I'm saying like that 400K Inoue offered to Chaco back then to the average Superfly. That's fucking gold mine, bro. That's like 400.
Yeah,
That's like 4 mil for real. And
yeah.
to a guy
Like them
like
guys don't
Chaco, no,
cost a
that's
lot of
not.
money.
No, Chaco was getting like 800 plus back then.
If we get into flyweight, light flyweight, super flyweight, these are guys that you decorate an undercard with. So the fact that in this era they're actually headlining shows and it's good because that's not what they used to use them for. They used to use them to decorate undercards, bro. That's what
Yeah.
they was for.
Yeah.
So you know what I
Fillers.
mean?
Like fillers.
Yeah, like that Bam was able to headline a unification match. What was that in Arizona? I think it was. That's
Yeah.
dope because that didn't used to be the case with flyweights, bro. Like, nah, they
That's why nobody paid attention to him much, Jules, because they was never main eventing like that.
yeah.
I remember Michael Carbajal. It was being a big deal that he got $1 million for a fight.
Saying they purses don't really be that much. They were kind of, at least in previous eras, they were just kind of like placeholders, you know, like this flyweight fight, little super flyweight fight. It's
Little
only
guy.
in recent years that this kind of attention was going to anybody under 135.
5. And 130 for sure. Yeah.
And the only reason it is because they're the only ones fighting each other.
Yeah, basically. Yeah,
You know that's literally it. That these other motherfuckers didn't fight, so I gotta watch something. Gotta watch somebody get it on.
Yeah, that's correct.
Although it is sad that it took that people still don't care. Like in the Maloney fight yesterday, it took to the 11th round for that crowd to be like, "Oh, this is actually really good and entertaining," and start getting into it.
Bro, come on, it's Maloney, bro. Come on. Really?
I know.
Yeah,
Maloney.
Man, that was a good ass fight, bro. Holy shit.
No, it turned out to be that, but I tell you what, Eson, I don't hear the Maloney name and get excited, bro. I'm just
me, Moy's brother, right?
No, hell no.
was
Hell no.
It was
nobody was
one-sided
excited
affair.
for bro. Nobody was excited for that fight for that same reason.
It was a one-sided affair until about the 5th round. I mean, literally, Maloney's getting his ass whooped the whole entire fight. Turned it up. Big respect for him for coming back, though.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I'm not trying to say nothing bad. I'm just saying that, look, being real, if I hear Junto, I get excited, man. I get excited. If I hear Kosei, I get excited. I don't hear Maloney. I'm like, ooh, nah, not really.
Although at least his resume keeps getting better.
Good.
It does. I got a question, Julius. Would you be happy? Would you be happy with this scenario? So, Kosei is fighting for the vacant BO in a few weeks, I think in February, on that Nakatani card. Would you be okay with this? So Tanaka gets the BO, Bam moves up and fights Tanaka as a WBO super champion, while Gaio and Ioka mix it up, and then winners meet.
Bro, look, let me answer the question. We could fairy tale the shit out of shit as much as we want. None of that is gonna happen.
I'm saying, would you be cool with that? I don't think it's gonna happen.
Of course, bro. Of course, I would be. Look. What I wanted, waiting for Ioka to fight one of the 4 kings. That's what I've always wanted. More than a Bam fight for Gaio, I would rather see Ioka versus Gaio. But being
they need
real,
to close the chapter on that.
Matchroom is gonna offer Gaio the bag for Bam. It is what it is. That's what it's gonna be. That's gonna be another big win and another big fight for Bam. You already beat 2 of the 4 kings. Let's go for 3 because we know you ain't gonna fight Choco. So it is what it is. That's what we gonna get.
Yeah. Correcto.
I wanted Ioka. What I wanted more than anything was Ioka versus Estrada. Like, nah, I want to see.
That's the only fight.
I'm gonna tell your ass what, you motherfucker. Ioka was gonna beat Gaio. Don't talk no shit.
No, he wasn't. No.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Ho ass Gaio. Ho ass Gaio.
No. Ioka, no.
Bruh,
Gaio
was coming.
Listen,
you
look,
motherfucker.
I like Ioka more than Gaio.
Gaio was coming off of what? Gaio was coming off of what? Inactivity.
True.
He was going to get his ass beat.
Nah. I don't see it. I don't see it. Listen. Disclaimer. I like Ioka more than Gaio. Always have. If you see me on Twitter, I was saying when they were negotiating, I was like, fuck, I love Ioka, but he's not beating no damn Gaio.
Bro,
I love
Gaio,
but I don't think so.
Credit.
I don't think you're giving him enough credit. I don't think you're giving him enough credit.
Bro, I give him his fucking little credit, bro. But
No,
what's
no,
worse,
look at you.
what
No,
are you
no.
talking about? Because you a fucking thief, bro. You robbed Choco.
Exactly. See, get that hate out your heart, man. Get
It's
that
not
hate.
hate.
No.
You just agreed with me that he robbed Choco.
Yeah, but then
Nah,
he beat him.
just
Then he
robbed
beat him
Choco.
clear right after.
Robbed
Then he beat him
robbed
clear.
an old Choco. Robbed
What
the
is
post
Gallo? What is
beside
Gallo? Is
Choco.
Gallo young? Is Gallo
No, he-
young? Is
he?
Gallo young?
Man,
I can't tell.
No, he's not.
Shoplifting ass
he was just a
Gallo out
better
here
man.
robbing people. Pickpocket
man.
ass Gallo out here robbing
The
decisions.
streets know it's 2-1, but Gallo won the third.
Fuck Gallo.
See, look,
Fuck
man.
Gallo.
I
Fuck
want Yoka
Gallo.
and Gallo to fight. I want them to
Stop.
fight.
Yo,
to close
Bam
the
is gonna
chapter.
fuck your ass up. Karma is here, you Gallo motherfucker, in the
Look,
form
man.
of Bam, who is gonna fuck you up.
Look, man, I don't even care. I don't even care that much about Bam beating Gallo. If I see Bam beat up Yoka, I'm gonna be fucking pissed, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be real mad about that.
Honestly, Chocolatito versus Estrada 2 was close. Could go either way.
Leo, don't do that.
No,
No, Leo. It could
That was
not
like an
have.
8. That was an 8-4-9-3 Choco fight. I don't give a fuck
Shut
what anybody
up.
says. Choco won that
Don't be
fight.
Dr. Phil,
8-4-9-3.
Leo. Don't be. Help me, help you, help me. No, bro. All right, that shit wasn't close. It wasn't hard to score. Motherfuckers know. But that's okay. It's the reason Bam is cool with Choco, who you robbed. He's gonna get your ass. He's gonna get
That's
you,
gonna
bro.
go first. Go, bite him in the ass. Bam, go. And you know what? If Bam was to fight Yoka after 2, be getting revenge for his brother.
Yeah.
I had that fight.
Because Yoka
171 and
It was
No,
one-sided, Chan. It was
Yeah.
one-sided.
Honestly,
That wasn't a close fight.
I was just trying to rise Julius Brother.
I know.
No,
bro,
the thing is,
I know.
We know,
Ah,
Leo.
You know what it is?
troll.
You know what it is,
No.
Julius? I think folks confuse a great fight with a close fight. It's kind of like the Inoue Donaire shit. That fight was
I
not
think
close
you
at all.
trying
It
to
was a
take
great
away
fight.
from the fact that he robbed that motherfucker. You know he robbed that motherfucker.
When?
You
When did I?
admitted.
When?
You
Yeah,
admitted
Jules.
Gallo
Yeah, he
robbed
did.
him.
I
You
did.
admitted it.
Jules is dug in
Yeah.
on his soapbox, man.
Just
Bro.
saying, bro. Like
Bro,
so
the
if
streets-
I don't like Gallo, why you think that is, bro? Why
Okay, but
you
gotta-
think that
gotta
is?
compartmentalize the feelings, man. He won the third clear.
It shouldn't have been a third fight,
Oh, well, there wasn't. He won.
but it shouldn't have been.
But
We
if
know
there was,
we know what the fuck it was. We know, just like we know you robbed his ass.
all right, and then he beat him clear.
No, he
See,
beat him.
you don't see. You know what the bullshit with Eson is? He'll talk that shit, this shit, when it come to Gallo and Choco. But if I bring up that first Golovkin fight, he want to sit on his motherfucking soapbox.
Mm-hmm.
If
What
I
you
bring
talking
up that
about?
I bring
said
up that
Chaco
first
won the second
Golovkin fight.
I said Chaco won the second fight.
So
They
if I
robbed him.
tell you, if I tell your ass, hey man, it was a draw. It was a draw.
No, but I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Juan won the series of fights clear. But I'm saying if you talk about the third fight and after that, Gallo won the third fight.
Yo. My question to you is: should there have been a Golovkin versus Canelo rematch, or should Golovkin have got the decision?
No, he should have won, just like Chaco should have won the decision.
Hey, don't get all
yeah,
fucking,
okay, but
fucking
we're
preachy
talking
with
about,
me then.
But we're talking about what did happen. I'm not talking about what should have happened. It's what did happen.
But I'm
not
talking
saying
about what should have happened.
Because
I'm
Julius,
talking.
you wanna be
I'm
real?
talking about what
There
should have
should've-
happened.
No, you want to be real? Chaco should be undefeated because there should never been a second sword fight because they robbed Chaco the first sword
That's
fight.
another one. That's
Exactly.
another one.
So if you really want to get real about what should be, Chaco should be undefeated to fucking day and pound for pound number one to fucking day.
I agree.
But that's not what's going on. So we can't lay in fantasy land. That's
I ain't gonna say
it is.
Listen, man. All I'm saying is, Chaco, your ass is grass. You duck the Yoka. You duck the Yoka. Bam gonna get your ass.
What did they offer a Gallo? I wonder.
I don't
hear
know.
It was
He didn't look.
I hear it was a lot less. I hear it was a lot less than what he got
Well,
for
because Gallo wants above market value. I mean, like, it's obvious. He wants above market value. He wants a matchroom bag. He knows matchroom is not because it's so huge, even though I do think it'll be a decent sized fight, but he knows they're invested in Bam.
The thing
He
is, you know
knows
what?
they'll pay to play. So
he's not making more than the third Chaco fight with Bam.
I don't
Because
know
Bam's
about that.
no. Let me break it down. Bam's gate with Sonny was like just 500K. Chaco's gates are mil easy. That fight with Estrada did a mil plus gate. That's why they were able to get that $1.5, $2 million purses. A fight with Bam. I mean, if Matchroom really wants to blow the bag to invest on the future, okay, maybe you want to overpay Gallo for that. Sure, but
Mm.
don't be surprised. That fight is not bigger than the
The
third.
shit is
Chocolate
you have
fight.
to overpay guy. Well, you got to give
They dug
Gallo
the hole. They dug a
a
hole.
big bag because he's the defending champion. Remember, if Bam go back up there, you ain't got no belt up there. You fighting for Gallo's belt.
Unless he goes and fights Tanaka. He's not gonna do that, but
You're not gonna do that, so
man,
not gonna
someone
do
needs to
that.
take out. Man, someone needs to take out Puma. That's why I wanted to see.
I'm
Tanaka
tired of that
fight Puma.
motherfucker. I already told you that dude get me mad because it's like, yo, your team got to be a bunch of morons. The fuck y'all still doing? Like, all right, cool. You got the Ancajas fight over there. Cool, that's dope. It shouldn't have been a rematch. The fuck y'all still doing over there? You know where all the super flyweights are. You know who they fucking with. The fuck y'all doing over there? Wasting time. Now, I can't even remember the last time this motherfucker fought. When the last time Fernando Martinez fought?
I
It
think
had to
it
be
was
the
Don Cosby
Ancajas
match. Let me check. Right now. Give me a second. I got you right now. Fernando.
Boxer.
I got you right now. I'm checking Boxer.
What's just the rematch?
I'm pretty sure because I don't remember him doing no
That's the
mandatory
last time he
defense
fought,
after.
bro, was the Ancajas rematch. That's the last time he fought, and I think that was in 2022.
This dude's a bum.
What is it say? What is it say?
Nah, oh shit, damn it. The agenda's not gonna work. He fought Jade Barnea in June
Bro, will you
2023.
just read the goddamn shit? Goddamn. Damn dates
He
right
fought
there.
2023. I said. No, I'm saying
Again,
he fought in 2023.
what month?
June of last
June.
year.
June? All right, go to events and I want to see who promoted it.
Okay, I think it was
It's
my
the
Donna
little
promotion.
square. It's
No, I
the
know,
little
I got it.
so
No, I got
it
it.
was in Argentina? It was in Argentina?
Let me check right now. It was
See,
it
if
was
you
TGB. It was TGB on Showtime in
oh
Minneapolis.
god. So he's still with he's still with PBC.
Yep. Well,
TGB
it's
is
my
PBC.
yeah.
What's their
Well,
schedule for?
the thing is, technically, he's my Donna Promotions who works with
I
PBC.
bro, the shit is look. Let me break this down for you,
I
bro.
need to know
When
something.
you went to the shit to see who promoted the show.
Oh, the
it
J
said,
Rock Adamas card. That's what it was. The J Rock
listen,
Adamas card.
motherfucker, when you went to the shit to see who promoted the show, it don't say Chino, it say TGB. It was on Showtime. So it's PBC, bro. It's PBC.
No.
Chino,
No, but what I'm saying is,
you no wait,
yeah, I know.
Chino,
I know.
listen,
No,
motherfucker,
I know.
you
But what I'm
got
saying,
Chino. Chino knows where the fucking super flyweights are. They ain't at the PBC. So what the fuck are you doing?
no, I agree,
Signing
and exactly, and here's why fucking Puma is a bad bum to me. Cause you're not even signed to PBC, so your bum ass can go with my Donna Promotions over to the zone to get some fights, but you just not doing it. Bad bum.
You just got
Bad
the
bum.
IBF. I remember he was sitting over there saying this and that about Bam. Like, bro, see that
No, he
Casemiro
was
shit
talking
all
about
over
fighting
again,
Ioka.
bro.
Because remember, Ioka and Akajas have the signed deal to unify in Japan on the same day as Murata Golovkin. But
That
the
dude
border
don't want to
closed, so
fight
he pushed it
nobody,
back.
bro.
But the thing is, he was talking. So Ancajas didn't fight Ioka. He had to fight his mandatory and Puma. Puma beats Ancajas, and he's like, "Oh, I want to fight Ioka. I want to unify now, motherfucker. Where the fuck are you at this whole time?
Where you been at? The fuck
Where
you
did
been
And
at?
you know what's even worse?
after
Go ahead,
Murata,
Chan. Go ahead, Chan.
yeah, after Murata lost, what has he done? Is he officially
He
retired?
retired.
No, he
Yo,
retired officially. He retired
retired.
officially.
I thought so.
He took that Triple G robe and put it in a casket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought so.
Man,
I ain't
Julie,
mad
you know
at
what's
that,
worse?
bro.
No,
I
hell
ain't
no.
mad at that. That motherfucker got his ass beat in that
He
fight.
did, man.
Goddamn.
And he was active anyway.
Exactly. Him and Triple G was the most inactive unification I ever seen.
Yeah.
I ain't going, but I tell your ass what?
That was
better.
fight.
Listen, you motherfuckers. That fight was way better than Yanni Beck versus Guacamole.
Oh, way
that
better.
was some bullshit.
Bro, Yanni Beck
just
versus
some
Gould
bullshit.
In my opinion, in my lifetime, Julius, in my lifetime of actually watching boxing, I can't think of a worse unification than Johnny Beck Gould Theory.
I can't, and you know that's what I was, but like that was the most just shittiest unification match that I've ever seen on this planet.
Yeah, that
was terrible.
Can you tell me what's the PBC schedule with Amazon Prime? What are they doing? What's their?
I'll tell you what.
Clue.
Look, I'll tell you what I was told by somebody who's clued in.
Mhm.
The issue they're having is PBC wanted the first fight of the deal to be a pay-per-view, but
Mhm.
Amazon does not want that. They want the first fight of the deal to be part of the regular subscription. So that rules out Javante unless
Oh
they're
yeah.
going to give his next fight away. That rules out Spence and Crawford unless they're going to give that away, which we know they're not. So
Mhm.
you have to think, what did they just say? Oh, Tim Tszyu, Erickson Lubin. Maybe they
Oh,
give that away.
okay.
Maybe they give that away as part of the because you can't. In America, bro. That's not a big fight. That
Yeah.
you bugging. That's a Thursday, Friday night
Mhm.
fight, bro. It's
Mhm.
not a big fight. The fuck. So they'll probably do that.
And will there be a way to incorporate PPV on Amazon Prime then?
No,
There
yeah,
will.
they can do that. But the main thing is that the rumors that are out there right now, none
Mhm.
of them are good. That the prevalent rumor is they're just distributing their shows. They're not bankrolling them. They're not giving them
No.
no money. And if you don't have
Yeah,
no
man.
money, that's gonna affect what fucking fighters do fight. Like I'm thinking, how do you do a Canelo deal or a fight for Canelo if you don't have guaranteed cash? Now everybody shut the fuck up. At the same time, they must have some kind of money because TGB just put up $500,000 for Murtazalia versus Koke. They lost the bid, but they still put it up. So they must got some
Some,
kind of money coming in from
yeah, right.
somewhere.
Yeah. Interesting. Mm. I want to see how.
Whoever's
Man,
eating
you're so sad
potato
about this
chip,
situation, though, bro. It's
I'm eating potato
that's
chips.
not me.
Sorry.
That's not me.
That's
You
me.
know,
Sorry.
Julius. You know it's truly sad about this shit is because like dudes are literally waiting around for this shit. Look how many careers are being held up by this shit, man. Like it's kind of
bro.
sad. And
Julian
the
Williams fought at
Zarafa,
the show.
that Zarafa
Listen,
shit.
bro. Listen. The showboat. I lost $300 at the showboat. That was literally on God. This is a true story. The showboat was the first casino I ever went to in Atlantic City. My first
Mm.
trip there. Lost
Okay.
$300,000. $300. 300,000.
Three
I wasn't
hundred
making.
thousand. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, I
damn.
was. Yeah,
Okay, damn, wow.
I
Like you.
lost $300. I was very young. I was still in my teens. I wasn't even supposed to be able to be in the casino, but I had a full bid, so I was able to get in. I had a full bid. I lost 300. That's where Julian Williams fought on Friday, bro,
Really?
at the
Yeah, that's sad,
Showboat.
man.
That's not a big.
That motherfucker.
Let me tell y'all. That's not a big casino. That's not Taj Mahal's. That's not Bally's. That's not Sands. That's a little. That's a little joint. Like damn, dog. That's where they got you fighting. And Jared Hurd. He
This
fought in the
motherfucker.
small
This
hall show.
motherfucker fought at
Damn.
Motherfucking
motherfucker
Mark
fought at Fox's
Mixio.
Casino.
That's what I'm saying. You
Them
fighting in the Big Tent, basically.
Bingo
You might as
halls.
well be fighting in the Big Tent.
Bingo
niggas
halls.
fighting in middle school auditoriums for real.
Trying to tell you. And look, Eson, I said like motherfucker get mad at me for whatever. Like I don't understand how you could get mad at me when I told you this was gonna happen. I said this was gonna like a dog. 12 to 14 fight dates is not enough to accommodate 150 fighters. The math ain't gonna math. So
Mhm.
what you gonna see is fighters is
No.
gonna start to float away.
Mhm.
Motherfuckers getting mad at me for being ahead of the curve. I told y'all that was gonna happen.
Mhm.
Who
Told
was it
Bro,
y'all.
that
the thing is,
who
and
was hang
if
on, hang
you
on. Who was
and
it that fought
you know
in the
what's
theater?
sorry.
Who was it that fought in a theater? Like an actual honest to God theater where the seats were only on one side of the ring
That was
and they were
Daniel
on the stage.
Dubois. That was
Oh
Daniel
my
Dubois
god.
and Trevor Bryan in Florida.
Card. Yeah.
That's
This is
crazy,
a
man.
Don King
I can't
show.
believe Frank lost that fucking purse bid, man. That was nasty work.
Bro, the other shit is y'all seen Robert Hellenius fight? This motherfucker fought in the dungeon.
Yo,
For the
I was
Yes.
literally about to say that.
He fought
I
in
was
the
literally about to
dungeon.
say
That's
that
what he
shit. I
was.
swear to God,
Yeah.
this motherfucker,
He
this dude,
fought
bro,
in
that
the
like
dungeon.
This motherfucker
that
fought in the
He fought.
purgatory in hell, bro.
Damn.
this
It looked like he was on a
bro,
horror film
that
set.
motherfucker was fighting. He was fighting in
He
an
was.
elimination chamber,
He
You
bro.
can
was
That
see
on a
the
was
horror.
crazy.
stones. You can see the
Stones and
stones and the
red,
hieroglyphics in the
and
wall.
a bit
Like,
of red lighting.
This motherfucker,
It
this
was like
mother,
a horror set.
this motherfucker
I
fought
didn't
in a man cave, bro.
Yeah, it was
that
crazy.
I
I saw the foot.
I didn't know if he was
Motherfuckers,
fighting a boxing match or shooting a thing for like a death metal band. Like, what the
no,
fuck was
dog.
that?
The dude looked like, he really looked like he was fighting like in a Neanderthal cave, like cave writings on his
Yeah,
bricks and shit,
it
That
old
was.
shit is
order and
that's
shit.
scary shit, man. That's scary shit, bro.
I ain't
I
even
was
going.
gonna.
But you know what?
Motherfucker sound bad.
He was, but no, he got that AJ bag, so he good now. He probably gonna go to
Fact.
MMA because he probably remember he tested positive after the Joshua fight for some shit.
Right.
He tested positive for some shit, so he ain't
That,
gonna be boxing no time soon.
no,
He
after he gave
done.
that big spiel about in Finland, if you pop, you can't show your face. It's too embarrassing. That would never happen. And then he pops 2
Well, I
years
guess
later.
he gonna move to Denmark then or some shit. I don't know. I guess he gonna go to Holland.
Ah,
Damn,
You know
Julius,
what
I'm
I'm
trying.
saying? Like,
Julius, I'm
yeah,
trying to
great.
think of. I'm trying to think of shit to talk about before I head out. I haven't been out here in a minute. Talk to you about boxing,
bro,
Fuck.
listen, look, man, you come back now, you hear? Because I'm about to go to sleep. I know it's
Yeah.
early. I'm sleepy and old, and I want to watch some. I've been watching Reacher. I fucking love Reacher. That's my show. I know they got a new episode. I
What is
ain't
it? Tell
caught
me
up
it
to.
before you log off so I can log on to it. Tell me it. What is it and
I
where?
think Reacher is what Amazon Prime, right? Reacher
Yeah.
is on Amazon Prime.
What's
It's
it about?
I
based.
think so.
What's
It's
it?
an ex-military dude, right? It's basically a ex-military detective. The
Mhm.
second season is out. You should watch
The
the
first.
first season.
And
And
the
I
next.
ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let you go in clean.
Yeah.
And you'll figure it out. Go in clean. I ain't
I'm
gonna
going
say
in.
nothing.
I'm going in now.
That shit is good. That's a
I'll
good
hit you
ass show.
Julius, a question.
later.
Go ahead, Leo.
Didn't they made a film about
Yeah, with
the
Tom Cruise.
with Tom? Okay,
Leo,
It's-
let me tell you what it is. Let me tell you what it is. Tom Cruise is a great actor, but
Yeah.
his little ass is too little to play Reacher. That's not how he is in the books. Reacher is a physically imposing big guy.
Mm.
Tom Cruise is 5'7" if he
But
ain't 5'6".
yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
He is not the dude.
Okay.
They picked Tom to play him because he could talk fast like Reacher and say some shit, but he was always wrong for that role. Like, nah, you can't be Reacher. You too little.
You can't reach.
You can't reach, bro. You can't be
Hi,
Reacher. You
Julius.
gonna be
My guy.
reaching.
I think Ryan Reynolds would have been
Julius,
perfect,
good.
a better guy for that role.
Looking for it now.
Ryan
Then
Reynolds,
Tom, yeah, then Tom.
because that
Then
motherfucker's
Tom.
big
I
No,
and
no,
he can
just
talk.
say, yeah, then Tom, yeah. But
Yeah.
overall, the dude they picked, yeah, he was supposed to be some big cat, swole ass motherfucker. He was not never supposed to be no low ass man that could drive a Mini Cooper. Come on, B. Have no low ass man out here in this parallel parking. Like, nah, you bugging.
Yeah, I've got it.
All right. Good talking boxing with y'all. I'll try to hop on soon again.
I'm gonna go watch it.
Okay, nos vemos.
Catch y'all on the next one.
Thanks for having
Yes,
me.
sir.